Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dawn of War. We're approximately 2 seconds in, and the game's already crashed. That's not a good sign. Okay. Well, before we go any further, I do want to say shoutouts and thank you to Lolimlas, SJ, and M. Naz Shishki 46, the God Emperor's Finest, Oculus, Proud Son of Sanguinius, Dr. Papa Penguin, Chris Vilkier, Eternal Shadow of Corax, Loner, Mike, Shadow Machine, Gravguard, Little Billy, Jesse's Mask, Tastenhauer, I'm not going to make it, Dusterly, Grand 7, Jesse Ward, G. Joe, and of course now I can't sneeze, G. Joe, Night Forager, Schism Navigator, Wonder Soul, Krenzler, Sildeer, M. Rodsky, Ninja Michael, 040 I2, Sakage, Dark Prince Revan, Noel, Capped Obvious, The Crow, Churen, Old Dude in a Hat, Zachariah Jebediah, Lateralis, Savicom, Games and Goals, Unicorn Scotch, Amelia Clark's Eyebrows, the person who put this game on the books, as well as the majority shareholder by 99%, Scion of the Emperor. Thank you, all of you. For keeping the lights on. Thank you. God, I feel terrible. Didn't get much sleep last night. Okay. So, I think we can all agree that old green is best. So thankfully we'll be playing as the Orcs non-stop the entire time. I mean, who would want to play as the pitiful little Hermes? Am I right? Yeah, Scion of the Emperor just only pokes his head in whenever we're doing something Warhammer related, or to fund something Warhammer related, so. Can you not? Can you not? Uh-oh. Hang on. Nope. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Hang on. Hang on. Not even the tiniest little bit, Jay Palmer, no. Even the fact that they can be green is actually different. Warg! By the way, Blood Ravens, best chapter. Don't at me. fix my goddamn window now, please? Oh, hang on. Hey, I can actually fix it. Holy crap. Okay, I think it's the wrong size, too. Give me a second. Yep, it is. Just a little bit wrong. Ah, jeez. Okay, hang on. That should be right. Nope. Blood Ravens. Blood Ravens, best Ravens. Will there ever be peace? Anyways, we'll play as the Orc Master. As if there's anyone else to play as. So, as you can see, this is one of those games that pauses when we alt-tab, so that'll be fun. I always hate it when that's a thing. Negative to everything. 70,000 negatives to gameplay. Pauses when alt-tabbing. Positive to army. Is there an army banner in this one? Whoops, wrong thing. So, and I'm going to be very blunt about this. If you don't care about the specific nitty-gritty lore or details of the setting, then the cutscene you just saw literally gets across everything you really need to see it to know about this setting. It's a silly cutscene from a literal standpoint, but from a thematic standpoint, no, that's Warhammer 40k in a nutshell. Both sides kill the other. Neither side actually wins, and the Space Marine guy goes completely out of his way to plant the flag with his dying breath, accomplishing nothing because the battle will ever go on. That's Warhammer 40k to a T. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. No, keep fighting. Go on. Why aren't you fighting? So the game has crashed. So that's interesting because that now proves that the thing that crashes the game is alt-tabbing. That's going to be fun. That's what I thought crashed it earlier. But, cool. That's great. That is absolutely a negative to gameplay. That's terrible. So that means every donation we're going to have to ignore because we're going to crash the game if we acknowledge it. Nobody donate for the next week. Worst part is I got alt-tab to fix this. But we only have to alt-tab for a second. Looks like it only does it if I alt-tab for any period of time. Wisdom is the beginning of fear. Alright, Army Painter. Obviously our primary colors are white. No, white. There you go. Secondary is black as my soul. No, the secondary. There you go. Behold! That's not white at all. Come on, game. What the crap? Okay. There we go. Behold my incredible power. This is interesting. What we really want to do is turn down the everything. Let's just turn down everything, shall we? These settings require you to restart the game. Okay. Well, while we're here. Why not, right? This will require to restart the game. That's while we're here, right? While we're here. Sure, you got it. This is Relic, right? I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, that's what I thought. You may or may not have heard of Relic. They've done a couple of games. What's really funny is they actually did Company of Heroes, which I didn't realize until like last night. Apparently they did Age of Empires 4 as well. Anyways, we've crashed because I was all tabbed for longer than 2 seconds. I'm sorry, I've never heard of that game, Lilimus. I've heard good things about Company Heroes, but the only thing I really know about it is that it's the same style of gameplay as this one. So, campaign. Sure, I'll play the tutorial. Whatever. WOG.
Welcome to the Dawn of War tutorial. By listening to me and reading the text that appears in this message box, you will learn how to play a skirmish game.
No.
The mouse...
Hold up. Oh no. Okay, hang on. Actually, it was higher than that, Mr. Rude. Okay.
To rotate the camera to gain a different view of the battle, press the Alt key and move your mouse.
This may be bad.
Do this now. You can zoom in on something to see it up close by spinning the mouse wheel forward. Do this now.
Okay, hang on. Now it's working? It wasn't working earlier.
On something to see it up close by spinning the mouse wheel forward. Do this now.
It wasn't capturing the mouse, which meant that I had no camera controls.
Backspace key on your keyboard. Do this now. Excellent. You've returned the camera to its default playing view.
And obviously WASD does nothing.
Rotating and zooming the camera in and out.
It's like arrow keys
you can get
now.
whatever view of the battlefield you wish. To quickly return the camera to your base from anywhere on the battlefield, press the Home key on your keyboard. Do this now. Excellent. You've returned the camera to your base. The diamond-shaped display in the lower left-hand corner of your screen is your minimap. You can use the minimap to see where your units and structures are located, to quickly scan the battlefield, to issue quick orders, and so on. The minimap displays the locations of all strategic points on the battlefield, as well as other items of strategic importance. Fog of War prevents you from seeing things where you do not have a presence. As you move units into an area, the Fog of War will be lifted. Now we will bring up the objective menu. The objective menu provides you with a list of all the primary and secondary objectives assigned to you by the game. Mouse over the objectives to get the description of each.
Okay, my objective is to close the objective screen.
Excellent. Anytime you want to refer to the objectives menu, click on the OBJ button on the upper menu bar. Select your stronghold and look for the Scout Marine Squad icon located in the lower right corner of the screen. Click this button now. Take note of the small bar that is gradually filling up. This progress bar gives you an indication something is to being ready.
Scouts reporting for duty.
You now have Scout Marine Squad. Strategic points are located in areas of high strategic value on the battlefield. Capturing and controlling the strategic points on the battlefield is how you increase your requisitioned resource. Order the Scout Marine Squad to capture a strategic point by right-clicking on the point. Capturing a strategic point takes time. Do not move the capturing squad away from the strategic point until the progress bar is full. Otherwise, you will not take control of the strategic point.
So this is done what a lot of tutorials are done in the style of. This is presuming you've never played an RTS before, which is acceptable. That's a fine way to design a tutorial, and no complaints there. Not really. What I find interesting, though, why does it keep flickering like that? Is anybody else seeing that? Showing up on camera? Yep. Okay, whatever. The menu flickers. Um, but sorry, I'm really, really tired. I got like 5 hours of sleep. The thing I really wanted to talk about, though, was that this game, for me, was the first RTS I played in this style. I've actually talked about the 3 big styles of RTSs, and there's actually more like 15, but we're going to talk about the big 3 really briefly. So you've got your Warcraft or Starcraft style. You build bases, you build units, cool. Then you've got your Command and Conquer style, which also has several of its own clones. You might think, well, what's different about that in terms of build and whatnot? The entire format of how building works in a Command and Conquer game up until 3 is completely different. It's more styled about, like, say, Warcraft 1. I suppose there's also the 4th style, which I should mention very briefly, which is there's no building at all. There's just your units. And then there's the subvariant of the fact that you can build units but not buildings, and we're getting off track. The point is, though, that this was, to my knowledge, the 57th RTS that came out that had this kind of resource mechanic. So that's the big variance here. So let's talk about resource generation in RTSs. A lot of RTSs. Sorry, I'm really talking about it. Hang on. Can I just reset this conversation? Hi, my name's the Lore Runner. You may have not heard me before. I just started streaming today, and I've decided to do so with this game for some reason, because this just felt like the best possible way to do so. Yeah, my name's Lore. Hello, welcome. Nice to meet you all. I did the Diablo rewrite. You should go watch it. So now that we've rewound it and reset the conversation, there are 3 categories of categorization when it comes to RTSs. One of them is the quantity of units you're controlling. One of them is the method by which you build and upgrade. And one of them is the method by which you do resource gathering. This is what I was trying to talk about, and it's more complicated than I started because I'm a freaking moron and very tired. So, what I mean by that, in some cases, so building, right? In some cases, you're actually physically building on the terrain. In some cases, you have to build in a certain manner, like you have to build within a control spot, or you have to build next to something. In some cases, you're just building in general, like to use Homeworld again as an example by these very developers. In Homeworld, you have limited slots for building, but there's no strategy to building. It's not a gameplay mechanic. It's a button you press, right? There's no terrain. There's no mapping. There's no setting up bunkers to defend the base, right? So, different concepts there. Is there a pause button? Where's the pause button? Is it literally just pause? Where's pause? There it is. Hey! We got a flicker? Flicker. Still flickering. Is it just flickering in general? Yeah, let's unpause. Are you going to flicker while I just sit here? If you are, that's going to be really bad.
Defending
Excellent.
objective.
The point is ours. You must continue to capture strategic points.
Okay, it's not flickering. It just doesn't like pausing. Well, screw you, game. Anyways, whatever. Flicker. So, building. Then you have squad size or unit size or army size, or whatever you call it, but the amount of control you have over the amount of units you have control over. This is actually a more important distinction than you think. The very game we're playing right now is what I usually mentally think of as medium-sized, like, say, StarCraft 1 or Warcraft 2, or, sorry, not Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3. Something closer to squad-sized will be something like Dawn of War 2, which we'll see later. And then, of course, sometimes you have absolutely colossal armies which you control, like, say, in Total Annihilation or Supreme Commander, or in StarCraft 2. So you can see how the amount of units you have control over changes the fundamentals of how the game plays. But the big thing I wanted to talk about was the third thing, which is resource gathering. So in some games, you send out a unit, it gathers resources, and then it brings it back. Pretty basic stuff and used in a fairly large number of RTSs. In some games, you have things that just generate resources. Total Annihilation and the aforementioned Supreme Commanders are good examples of that. Once you plonk down... So it's actually different than that. You don't really generate resources in Total Annihilation, as weird as that may sound. What you do is generate generation of resources. In those kind of games, what you have is you have this much income or this much outcome, right? And this is how the economy works. So if you have plus 10 minerals and you decide to make a unit, and making that unit costs you negative 0.5, you still have plus 9.5. Make sense? So this input and throughput is what really matters. Now, there's other layers to that, but I'm not going to bore you with that today because we're not streaming Total Annihilation or Supreme Command or anything like that. But the point is, it's a different format, right? It's all about maintaining that flow rather than just gathering resources and throwing them into the bank. But then there's these games. I don't actually know what to call this because there's actually a proper term for it. I don't remember it. This is the type of RTS that I see the least when it comes to resource generation. I can only think of 3 off the top of my head: Dawn of War, Company of Heroes, which is by the same developers, and Divinity Dragon Commander used the same format. That is really... Is that the title screen flickering under it? No, it's not. Okay, cool. It's Steam, which is right behind it. That's what it's doing. That's what it's showing. It's just de-rendering for a frame every so often. What are you doing, game? I'll try not to pause as often as possible, but the relevant point here is it's capture the point, right? You control a node. Controlling a node generates resources, and that's how you generate resources. So it's much more about terrain control rather than literally holding a spot and going and grabbing the specific resources, or just generating them based on having something plonked down there. Now, I do know this was developed in some of these games to try and emulate the idea of, I can't remember what it's called, but it's point buy, where you have this many points to build your army, right? We've seen this in a couple of games. We've actually covered a couple of games that have this kind of system. Even something like Neverwinter Nights has this kind of system. These are your points. Put them into your stats, right? So you have a point buy system. This is your army size, is your army cap. I think they actually call it requisition in this game. There are some nuances to that we'll go into, but I just wanted to mention that because it's going to be one of the fundamental major mechanics of Dawn of War 1, and when I was playing this for the first time, it just kind of blew me away because this was the first game I played that had this kind of point control system. And it really changed how I played Dark Crusade, which is the one I played, of course.
You to build more units and structures. Select your stronghold and build a servitor.
Okay, there we go. Capturing the mouse again.
Servitors are required to build additional structures. Servitors are always available from the stronghold. The servitor has arrived.
Here to serve.
Servitors are the Space Marines builder unit. Anytime you wish to build a new structure, you must use a servitor. Select the servitor and build a listening post on the captured strategic point.
Build routine 721 initiated.
Let's get this out of the way. The sound barks are probably going to be some positives in this game.
The listening post fortifies your hold of a strategic point, increasing your requisition rate at the same time.
Again, Huthor? Jeez, okay. Sure. That's probably voice, so we'll turn voice down. It didn't leave me to reset that time.
I await your instructions. Yes.
Excellent. The point is now protected from enemy retaliation. You should continue to build listening posts on all your captured strategic points. Some structures, vehicles, and research require power to function. Building a plasma generator will supply you with the power you need to keep your force going. Select your servitor and build a plasma generator. The more plasma generators you have, the faster you will build up the power resource. Generators will continue to produce power at a constant rate. Note that there is a limit to how many plasma generators can be built per stronghold. Notice the white ring that appears around some of your structures when you are deciding where to build. This is the control zone. Most structures can only be constructed within the control zone, while others, like listening posts, can be built at other locations. When you are trying to place a new structure, its color changes from red to green as you move it around. A green color indicates
With
that the
all
structure
due
can be
haste.
placed at that location so that building will begin. Select your servitor and build a chapel barracks structure. The chapel barracks is the structure where you can build more advanced Space Marine infantry units.
I love the build animations for several of the classes. Sides. This is a review, Django. Why would I skip the tutorial? Jesus, man. I actually unironically think this game looks good even now.
Select your chapel barracks and build a Space Marine squad. These elite warriors will form the core of your military force.
Here to serve.
At your command. Scouts advance.
Here to serve.
Scouts ready.
Like, it's probably not really super obvious, but that's actually decent texture work on the ground. Not great, but decent.
Space Marine squads are your all-purpose fighting force. They are powerful and resilient and, with research, can be upgraded
At
to
your
counter
command.
almost any threat. They can also capture
I
strategic
await
points.
your instructions.
Reinforcing is the act of calling in additional troops to bring your squad to maximum combat effectiveness. Select a
Build
Space Marine
routine
squad.
721
At your command.
Click
initiated.
the Reinforce Squad button to add one new unit to your squad. You can reinforce during battle. In the event that a brother Space Marine falls to the enemy, you can click the Reinforce Squad button multiple times to bring the squad to full strength.
Yes, my lord.
Congratulations! You have reinforced your Space Marine squad. All units and vehicles have a health rating. Health is represented by the small green bar underneath each squad or vehicle. Remember, a squad takes damage as a whole. When enough damage has been inflicted on the squad, a unit will die. If you lose
Search
any units
commencing.
during the fight, you can reinforce to bring your squad back to full strength. Make sure you watch the strength of your squad in battle. Reinforce often to make sure your squads are as effective as possible. Remember that when a unit with a heavy
Strategic
weapon
point
dies,
identified.
you lose that weapon from the squad. You will need to upgrade the squad to get the heavy weapon back.
Here to serve.
Select the chapel barracks and build a force commander. The force commander
Here to
acts as a
serve.
hero for your army. The force commander is a veteran of thousands of battles, and his combat prowess is unrivaled. He will lead your force to victory.
You know, I say that.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Here to serve.
I should also probably admit, okay,
Defending objective.
there are two races I have the most experience with playing as. And I'll give you a hint right now. Neither of them are Space Marines. Anybody want to take a guess? Oh.
I will do
Scouts
as you
ready.
ask.
The Necrons and the Orcs. Green is best. In this game, I actually think there's only one. But when we get to later stuff, there's more.
The force commander cannot capture points, but is a skilled warrior who can be upgraded with powerful abilities.
Here
The
to
Space
serve.
Marine's other commander unit will become available as you build more facilities and unlock
With all
more
due
bases.
haste.
Scouts in
Select the force
position.
commander and click
This
the
day
Detach
shall be a
button.
glorious
Now,
one for the
select the
Imperium.
Space Marine squad. This
Together
Space
to
Marine squad is
victory!
greatly enhanced by the addition of the force commander, but he can also fight effectively on his own. To detach the leader from this squad, simply select the squad, then click the Detach icon. It is located in the same place as the Attach icon.
Yes.
Very
Lord.
good. You are mastering advanced concepts that will help you to annihilate your enemies. Select a squad and take note of the small blue
Praise
bar
the
just
Emperor.
under the squad's
Your
health.
My faith is my
This
shield.
blue bar represents the morale of your squad. Morale represents the effectiveness of
Infiltrating
the
enemy
units in battle.
territory.
Think of it as a combination of mental focus, courage, and the willingness to fight. Various weapons in the game inflict morale damage as well as health damage. When your squad takes morale damage, the small blue bar will decrease, just like the health bar does. When the squad's morale becomes too low, the squad will break. A broken squad has lost the will to fight, and its combat effectiveness is drastically reduced. You do not lose control of broken squads. It is your choice whether to leave them in battle or retreat to gather strength. Also, certain units have abilities that can increase the morale of a squad. Morale can be an effective tool against your enemies. By destroying your enemy's morale, you cause them to lose combat effectiveness, making them much easier to kill. In this way, a small but properly armed squad can destroy an enemy force of superior numbers. Remember, tactics and strategy can turn the tide of almost any battle. Make sure you use this knowledge to achieve victory on the battlefield. Select your servitor and build an armory now.
I mean, it sounds like one of the devs just explaining game mechanics, which is fine. You know, I've seen better tutorials in RTSs. I've seen worse, too.
Defending objective. On patrol.
Yes, Lord? Initializing build protocol.
Plus for soundtrack? Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to give pluses and minuses without crashing the game. Because I don't think we can save mid-mission. Actually, I guess we could just test that. Can we save mid-mission? Let's find out. I'm gonna call this the crash save. Alright. Now, this is bad, but we're gonna test this. We're gonna go in Alt-Tab. We're gonna jot down some notes. Obviously, we've got the music. That's definitely probably a positive. As I already mentioned, the graphics are surprisingly good. It's Spriteworks, specifically. Let's see here. What else? Stole what? Roman Cure? Oh, Dark Souls. Yeah, no, you're confused. It's Dark Crusade, not Dark Souls. Big difference. Yeah, morale has its uses, in my experience. I'm not sure what I think of this, this tutorial. It's very vanilla. Like, so far, I'm actually most leaning towards a wash. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll put down some question marks here. Okay, that's probably long enough. Did we crash? We crashed. Perfect. Okay, so. Now that we've crashed, as expected. There's a cover system in this one? We'll question mark morale. We also have to add some viscerality positives because, as I already mentioned, there's some fun ones, especially with the build animations. So we'll put a question mark by that. We'll definitely jot down Space Marines for now. Let's see. Like, I don't know. I can't be the only one who likes the fact that most of the Space Marine stuff comes just shooting down from space in a frickin' drop pod, and there's a nice thunk to it, you know? Let's see. We're going to have to talk about a lot of stuff. Let's just move on. Let's just see if we can reload our save. Oh, God, I have to move the damn window again. I don't remember how Eldar build. Yes, it's me. It's still me. Stop doing that, game. Alright. Okay. Load saved. Where's my save? Where are the tutorial saves, then? Okay. At least it saved quickly. Are you going to capture the mouse? Nope, you're not capturing the mouse. There we go. Now you're capturing the mouse. Hey! Listen, we all know the Eldar are the worst.
I will do as you ask.
That's interesting. He stopped building because we saved.
Infiltrating enemy territory.
Why, Chucko? Don't answer that question.
I shall obey. Initializing build protocol.
I mean, I wouldn't say Eldar are the worst, but as I have already made fun of recently, Eldar are extraordinarily frustrating because they're like, oh man, there's this thing and we need to stop it because it'll cause us all harm and damage. Let's go kill a bunch of humans. Die, humans. Die. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to go to war. To war. Oh, God. No, they're killing us. They're killing us with my final breath. Oh, with my final breath. I tell you about this horrible death. Ugh. And I've made it much worse for everybody because I've been fighting you instead of them this whole time. Ugh. And that's the Eldar in a nutshell.
Infiltrating enemy territory.
I exist to serve.
Yeah. Armory.
Build routine 721 initiated.
Dark Eldar don't exist. I don't know what you're talking about. You're making stuff up. There are no Dark Eldar.
You must build an armory in order to access weapon upgrades. Squads can be equipped with a variety of weaponry, allowing you to prepare them against different enemy types.
Seriously, Dark Eldar are the worst thing in this whole setting. I'm not actually joking about that. I don't mean like they're the worst, most evil or whatever. I mean, I personally dislike the existence of Dark Eldar the most in Warhammer 40k. In fact, when I first found out that they existed in Dawn of War, I kind of walked away from Warhammer 40k for several years. I was like, all right, I'm good. It's like, take the Drow
The armory is
and
operational.
then make them somehow grosser.
Space Marine Squad, and click the Upgrade Heavy Bolter icon to upgrade a squad member. Notice a heavy bolter appears in one of your squad
my
members'
lord.
hands. This procedure can be performed with
Yes, my
any of
lord.
the available weapon upgrades. Initially, you can only upgrade 2 units of your total squad with heavy weapons. By doing further research at the armory, you can unlock the capability to upgrade more. Excellent! You have upgraded your
Strategic
Space
point
Marine squad.
identified.
You can upgrade your squads anywhere on the battlefield to weapons that are well suited to counter your enemy. Select the stronghold and click the monastery upgrade icon.
Orcs!
Commencing infiltration. Yes, my lord. Gathering intelligence. Search commencing. I sense danger. We will root it out.
Why is Q stop and not S?
The enemy is in our sights.
Oh, by the way, there's no rebinding. I looked earlier. Anyways,
We must upgrade the stronghold to a monastery to gain access to squad leaders and other powerful research options and structures. Leaders are highly skilled
With
warriors
all
that
due
can be
haste.
added to some Space Marine squads. You will need strong leaders if you are to defeat your enemies.
Take and hold.
oh my god, yes, I know! They're made of worms, Uthar, I get it! Oh god. I actually had that highlight reel on recently, and it's really funny, because I know myself quite well, obviously, because I am myself. And, man, I was really restraining myself during those first few runs.
I exist to serve.
Do I enjoy Age of Mythology? Of course. Who doesn't like Age of Mythology? Did I like the expansion to Age of Mythology? No. Yes, this is an RTS, the name. Sorry.
Initializing build
Greatest
protocol.
RTS ever made. That's not true. But I anticipate it'll be pretty fun. There was a second expansion, Nitro? I mean, Devarius? How old is this? Well, I'd go Google it, but alt-tabbing crashes the game.
You can now add sergeants to some of your Space Marine squads.
Oh, the China thing. I didn't like the China thing at all. So yeah, both expansions sucked. We'll go with that. 2006, there you go. It's actually relatively recent. 2004. Still more recent than I thought.
Sergeants are valiant leaders that improve the combat ability and morale of the
With
squad
all
they are
due
part
haste,
of. They will inspire your Marines to greater feats of heroism.
Like you do. Yeah, I think you were there for that, Salok. I wasn't super fond of Planetfall. Like, I wasn't super against it either. It just wasn't what I was expecting. And it got kind of old.
Excellent. Your sergeant has arrived. Note that your sergeants are part of the squad and cannot leave it. Select your chapel barracks and build another Space Marine squad.
Okay. Listen, 20 years ago feels like yesterday. I don't know what you're talking about.
Faith and duty.
Sure, Matt Overlord. Are you talking about canon or the rewrite, by the way? Did the sound turn itself back up? It did. Interesting. Probably because it didn't restart. Oh, I forgot to give a plus for the voice barks. Whatever. We're probably going to give quite a few pluses for voice barks eventually.
Take and hold.
Capture the spot. I did jot down a plus for soundtrack already. Hey, let's see if I can alt-tab very quickly. Okay. Okay, hang on. So, there we go. Okay, VA. Okay. Okay, we didn't crash. Whew. Yeah, this game can run for some offices. A political office, I mean. Not the oldest game we've covered.
Moving out.
I think Super Mario Bros. 1 is still the oldest game we've covered so far. That was, what, 84? Something like that? Now that's an old game. It's, what, 38 years old at that point? Something like that. What do you want from me? Okay, so reinforce to full, 2 special weapons, and add a leader. Okay, sure. Reinforce to full, add a leader, and a bunch of flavors.
For the Emperor.
Oh, that's a critical location. Okay. Gotcha. Well, let's roam back up here then.
For the glory of the Emperor. Claim it in the name of the Emperor.
Another critical
As you
location.
wish. As you wish.
Excellent. You have built a Space Marine squad and brought it to full strength. To mount an effective attack, you should try to have several Space Marine squads, fully reinforced to maximum strength, and upgraded with special weapons and a sergeant who has supplies and logistics to support a finite number of squads.
Yeah, this is the old Crons.
The number of squads you can support at any given time is called your squad cap. You can see your current squad cap in the resource area at the top of your screen. Once you have reached your maximum squad cap, you will not be able to call in any additional squads, so it's very important to keep an eye on this as you're building up your forces. You can increase your squad cap by building certain structures and researching upgrades, but there is always a maximum beyond which you cannot go. Some types of terrain can provide your squads with protection from enemy fire. This is called
For the
cover.
glory
Select one of
of
your
the
infantry
Emperor.
squads and move it into cover. The area of cover has been identified with a marker known as a ping. It is visible on the minimap as well as in the
Follow
world.
my lead.
Cover
My
is useful
aim shall
in
not
that it can
falter.
provide your squads with additional defensive bonuses, which make them harder to kill. It's easy to see cover in the terrain. Just look for your mouse cursor to change
With
as you
all due
pass over
haste.
large bombed-out craters in cities or patches of thick foliage in jungles. You'll notice that when you move your squads
For
into
the
an area of
glory
cover,
of the
a small
Emperor.
cover icon will appear above them.
We are
This
united
indicates
in
that they are
his
receiving a
service.
defensive bonus.
Faith and duty.
So, I mean, this is an older RTS, so it makes sense that the AI cheats.
Yes, Lord.
Although it would depend on the specifics, obviously.
We shall know no fear. Space Marines,
We'll see, Saffron. We'll see.
confirm.
The existence of cover is not a positive. What they do with cover might be.
By my command. Attack!
Cheating AI is usually a negative, yes.
Your squad
the
is in cover.
Emperor.
Units in cover are harder targets to shoot and take less damage from ranged attacks because of this. Use cover well to gain tactical advantages over your enemies.
Why is that F1 and that F7?
You have captured 3 strategic points and built listening posts on them. Taking and holding strategic points is key to defeating your enemies. You can capture critical locations just like strategic points. In some multiplayer games, capturing and holding one or more of these critical locations can win you the game. You also get requisition from any critical locations you control. Use a squad to capture a critical location. Critical locations are points on the map that represent locations of critical strategic importance. Excellent. You captured a critical location. Note that critical locations cannot have listening posts built on them. You must find other ways to hold them. Holding relics gives you access to your army's best units and vehicles. Hold on to them to ensure you have access to your best technology. Use a squad to capture
Claim
a
it in the
relic.
name of the Emperor.
Relics are sacred points of great value. Excellent. You have captured a relic. You can build listening posts to fortify captured relics. You can also capture your opponent's relics to deny them access to their best
I
units and
exist to
technology.
serve.
Use your servitor to build a machine cult.
Build routine 721
Just like the chapel
initiated.
barracks is used to build infantry units, the machine cult is used to build vehicles. Vehicles are tough and nearly impervious to the attacks of non-upgraded infantry. They are a fundamental part of your army and can carry powerful support weapons.
Okay, Yura, we don't need to fish for negatives at Dawn of War. Wait. Negative to Yura. Faction variance in and of itself is not a positive. However, what that does mean is each faction has their own opportunities for positives. Put simply, StarCraft will not get a plus because there's 3 distinct factions. What will happen is the Zerg, the Protoss, and the Terrans will get pluses. Because, you know, design. And, of course, that applies in reverse, too. Negatives as well. Negative for goofing.
Excellent. You now
We
have
shall
a machine
know
core.
no fear.
You can build
I shall
powerful
not
vehicles
fail.
from this building. Note that your field base can only support a finite number of vehicles. This limit is known as the vehicle cap.
Yes, Lord.
Just like squad cap,
Oh god, we got a donation.
you cannot build any more vehicles.
Okay.
You can research technology at your stronghold that will increase your vehicle cap. Congratulations.
Hold up. First, let's save the game. Let's save. Okay.
You've completed the learning session of the tutorial. It is
Oh, we're
time
done.
to put what you have learned to work. Take control of the force and build up your strength so you can crush your enemy. Use infantry units to capture strategic points, and servitors to build
For the
listening posts.
glory
Continue
of the
to build
Emperor.
structures and carry out
As you
research that will
wish.
increase your effectiveness
As you
in battle.
wish.
Build additional squads and vehicles.
I shall not fail.
Make sure your research upgrades that will increase both your squad cap and vehicle cap. Take this battlefield, and the next after that. The fight will never end until your enemies are crushed.
So the fight will never end then?
Objective logged.
Do we have to win this match? Can I just move on? Okay, so hang on. So I think it's okay if we crash, because I'm just going to accept that that's the end of the tutorial. So, thank you, DirectD. And we'll put that towards the Zelda block, the Dragon Age block, and Dishonored 2. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be doing this a lot. We don't need to do this. Yeah, the game crashes if alt tabbed if for too long. At which that, however long that was too long. It is now crashed. God, it's like 30 seconds. I don't know what a sync kill is. We're currently in windowed, and there is no borderless windowed, and we're certainly not going full screen. I'm debating the tutorial, because that wasn't a good tutorial. It is absolutely not a positive. But I'm not sure I could push myself into considering it a negative. It really is just baby's first RTS tutorial, right? It's like, okay. This is how you move the camera. You know, this is how you do this. Like, we've seen other RTS, in fact, we've streamed other RTSs that have better tutorials, because we have streamed Homeworld. It covers the basics, and it's not particularly egregious. If you're paying attention, it didn't do the, you can only do this kind of a thing, which absolutely pisses me off every time a tutorial pulls that trick. So I think we're just gonna straight up call the tutorial a wash and just move on from that. We're good. So let's actually start the campaign. Sure glad we bothered. 50 minutes. Oh, God. I already wrote down voice actors. Although I don't know how many positives that'll be. I think Saffron just really wants me to shotgun positives at a game that we barely started playing. Log. Is the Imperial Guard the best faction in the game? That's not true, but the best faction in the setting. There we go. I mean,
In the name of the Emperor, you will not falter!
we have established a new ceiling with Diablo 3, so
We can't hold! Run for your lives!
Cowards. You will fight, or you will die.
No, we will fight and we will die. Pay attention, buddy. I actually rather like the ponytail thing, even though it's a visual distinction thing. Yeah, no kidding, Blazer Ball.
I am Captain Gabriel Angelos of the Blood Ravens 3rd Company. Status.
My lord, forgive me. We have done all we can to stop the orcs, but we have failed. My men's lives are yours.
You stood your ground in the face of the Emperor's foes. You've done your duty. If your men have failed you, I will leave their judgment in your hands.
Thank you, my lord.
I am not here for your thanks. This port must be held if we are to maintain troops and supply lines to the planet's surface. That is why we are here. Now, what of the wounded and the civilians?
Stranded. We have few ships.
Then you shall have more. All Bloodraven flights execute Protocol 23 and initiate civilian evacuation. We will dispatch the ground forces.
Yeah, one thing, boss. What's a civilian?
My lord, but the orcs have retreated.
You must know your enemy to defeat them, Colonel. Orcs only retreat to regroup. They will keep coming until you or they are dead.
Actually, no.
Brothers, let us destroy this alien filth.
That kind of hamminess is something we would absolutely give positives for, Saffron. Hamminess is the wrong word, because most people assume hammy with negatives, but you know what I mean, right? For the Emperor! I mean, the Killican. Come on. The Killican. Stomp.
What a
Stomp.
glorious day
Stomp.
for a
Stomp. Stomp.
As the stronghold, our frontline battle headquarters is currently being assembled. We should proceed with caution
Can I
until
have
it
my
is
mouse, please? Please, can I have my mouse? Hey, there we go. Okay.
We stand ready.
Praise the Emperor. Together to victory! Splendid. The stronghold is complete.
Whoops.
We must...
Yes, most beneficent one?
That's me, the beneficent one. Is this a tutorial again?
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
It is, isn't it?
The first thing we need is a chapel barracks. That will allow us to call
Here
down
to
more
serve.
Space Marine
Beware the
squads.
alien.
Yes,
We must
most
start
beneficent
capturing
one.
strategic points. These 3 closest strategic points will do for now. Let us capture them first, and then move on to the others.
I mean, nobody hits the tutorial button, right? Damn it.
Beware the alien, the mutant.
Yes, most
had it.
beneficent one?
Excellent. The chapel barracks is finished. Now you can build some more Space Marine squads.
For the Emperor!
Yes, most beneficent one?
So, the one and only time I have ever liked Chaos in anything Warhammer 40k ever is in this game, by the way, or specifically Dark Crusade.
If
Oh, and by the
we
way-
defeat these orcs, we will need to call in some
Yes,
special
Lord.
weapons. We must build an armory to get
With all
access to
due
them.
haste.
By the way, didn't they add Dark Eldar at some point, Shadow Machine? What made me like them? It's the voice actors. I'll show it off when we get there. It's the voice acting is just wow.
My faith is my shield.
It's kind of a Tim Curry related thing, yes.
Emperor.
Related.
Orders received, brother.
Yes, Lord? Yes, Lord?
Excuse me, that's Lord Master.
Armory is operational. The Space Marine squads can now upgrade their standard bolters to flamers, and heavy bolters with me shall be my brother.
Marine squad deployed. Taking heavy fire. Moving out. Space Marines attack! We will crush the enemies of the Imperium.
We must not forget our power needs. Building a plasma
in the name of the
generator
Emperor.
will supply us with the power we need to keep our force going.
As you wish. I shall obey. I await your instructions.
Marine squad deployed.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Plasma generators will continue to produce power at a constant
Yes,
rate,
most
but there is a
beneficent one.
limit of how many plasma generators can be built per stronghold. My faith is my shield.
Pardon me for a second. This is definitely a better
While
tutorial.
the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no...
It is still very basic. It's just, it's a lot less bland.
What would you have me do?
Let's see, a controversial opinion that isn't political in nature.
Stands with
The sequel trilogy is great / sucks. Boom.
Area secured.
This poor Gretchen. They're just hanging out, you know, doing their own thing. Chilling.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Please stop calling me that.
I will do as you ask. I await.
Sure. Well limit reached. Oh, okay.
Praise the Emperor. Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. Praise the Emperor.
Jesus, Blade Ball. Yeah, that's a little crazy.
Understood.
Beware the alien,
Here to
the
serve.
mutant, the heretic.
I shall obey.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
We don't have a melee unit yet, but we'll get there. It's fine. It's fine. Servitors are
Name of the Emperor.
are doing the Emperor's will. So Patrick Stewart's a lot like Ian McKellen, and for the exact same reason too, because they are both trained in the same styles and approaches to acting. Both of them rely heavily upon their faces and their body language to act. This is actually true for a lot of actors. What that means is they can't do a lot when those tools are taken away from them. So I actually agree with you on that point, Salute.
Captured.
Well done. We have captured several strategic points. The Emperor. Capturing strategic points and building listening posts on them earns us more requisition resource, which we
Yes,
can use
most
when we build
beneficent
squads
one.
and equipment.
I will do as you ask.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
We haven't actually started Dark Tide yet. We'll get there.
Excellent. The point is now protected from an orc retaliation. We should continue to build listening posts on all our captured points.
Well, no, that's the exact point, Flaghand, is that Patrick Stewart's a bit mid in terms of...
I shall
It is
obey.
time to hunt down the
exist
source
to
of these
serve.
orcs. They must have a
Praise the
base somewhere
Emperor.
within the walls of this Imperial
Yes, Lord.
facility. But where?
With all due haste.
There we go.
My faith is my shield.
Yeah, the textures, like, that threw me a couple times, and I thought it was just my graphics bugging out again. But no, it's just bouncing. We must hit the orc source. Damn important.
Softly.
That the orcs source, we can't source the orcs! Obviously.
The Emperor protects.
I await your instructions. I shall obey.
My faith is my shield.
We'll debate the army painter.
Fear our wrath.
Especially since
Weapons
we'll
at
never
ready.
see it.
It is time.
It's the orcs! Green is best. I'm sorry.
Fear our wrath.
Also, wog towers are like the best defensive structures in this game, which isn't saying much. But, you know.
Stay vigilant, brothers. Initiating attack protocol 20.
Look,
Heads.
an orc
Orders
camp.
received.
And look
brother.
there, a break in the spaceport's
Maintain
defensive
attack
wall.
formation.
They must have blasted their way in. We must
Maintain
destroy
attack
this orc
formation.
camp and any others
Orders
these foul
received,
creatures may
brother.
have constructed.
Space Marines attack!
Excellent. This orc camp
Weapons
has
at
been
ready.
destroyed.
It is time. Objective logged.
Yeah, pretty much every old building likes to shoot back at you. It's usually just a little thing, but it's a nice little touch.
Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, Lord. Here to serve.
Of course, Orcs are best because they have the flash gets, obviously.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Consolidating position on the
Wait, flash gets aren't in this one? No! Actually, that's probably a good thing since we're not playing as them.
Assistance.
Stay
Come,
vigilant,
brothers.
brothers.
Make haste. Our prayers have
Orders
been
I am not your cum brother.
Space Marines.
No, Flash... So, it's funny because for the longest time I had trouble understanding who Flash Gits were. Not the unit, because I love the unit, but the name. Because the Flash Gits are the Daka 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 Daka. They're the guys with the giant freaking guns that just unload. And they're called Flash Gits. Like, that always throws me.
I will
Today
do
the
as you
enemy shall
ask.
know fear.
Orders received. Moving out. Understood. Weapons at ready. It is time. Stay vigilant, brothers. Taking heavy fire.
It's over. We have the high ground. I had to make that joke at least once. I don't think it even matters. It's the Space Marines.
Regroup!
Onward to
Yes,
glory.
most beneficent one. Yes, Lord.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Stay vigilant, brothers. Stay vigilant, brothers. Onward to glory!
If the enemy is the high ground, then you gotta run at it faster. Log.
Stay vigilant, brothers.
Yes, most
What would you
beneficent
have
one.
me do?
Orders received. Weapons at ready. Taking damage. Cleanse. Purge. Kill.
The Ludogits are apparently who this clan belongs to.
Commencing.
Oh god, what's the name of the clan in Shoot His Guns and Teeth? Not at the beginning, at the end. Because I remember really liking the clan name. Of course, now I can't think of it. Let's cancel these. I don't think we're gonna long this.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
It was something to do with looting. It was like the was it the Luda Boys? No, see, the Bad Moons is the guys you're fighting.
Fear our wrath.
Yes, Lord. As you wish.
How do you know you're facing a parasite infection?
Shall know fear.
Well, usually if they're parasitic, that's a usual sign of that kind of thing.
Understood. Objective
It
acquired.
sounds facetious. I don't mean it like that. That's usually the sign. Alright, there you go. Parasite. Done. Get this orc banner. Oh, wait, I'm doing the orc voice. Get this orc banner prithee removed from thine covenants. I don't know how to sound like a space marine. There you go, Space Marine. I can't do Space Marines. They're boring. We've talked about this before. They're the most boring faction in the whole setting. To my knowledge, you cannot see the sky, no. Damn it, of course I'm thinking of the Guard. Because the Guard are awesome.
Objective.
I'm not really joking. The Guard are fascinating. The more I've learned about 40k, and I don't know actually that much about 40k, but the more I've learned about it, the more I have actually come to enjoy and appreciate the Guard.
Cleanse, purge, kill.
On
The
alert,
enemy is
brothers.
attacking.
The enemy must be nearby.
Stay vigilant, brothers. Objective acquired.
Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, Lord. I exist to serve.
You know what I'm gonna do here? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Excellent. This orc camp has been destroyed.
Sure. I mean, yeah, exactly, Uthor. No, yeah, I could do this, but, like, this is the limit right here. See it? The most I can do is look down. I can't actually look up anymore.
Space Marines attack!
I think there is a sky because it'll show up in the cutscenes. So watch for it there. Adeptus Ridiculous. I like it.
Initializing
This
build
day shall be a
protocol.
glorious one for the Imperium.
Charge! Weapons at ready. It is time.
What game were we playing when I tried to enumerate and vocalize why I didn't like the Space Marines? This is what middle mouse button does. Any questions?
I await your
He
instructions.
who stands with me shall be my brother.
Maintain attack formation.
Sorry, it was the most... I guess it had to have been the most recent one. It had to have been Demon Hunters. Because that is the most recent Warhammer game we played. I thought it was another one, but... we haven't played a Warhammer 40 game in a while, have we? Yeah, I think Space Marine was the last one.
Yes, Lord.
I feel like it might have actually been during Space Marine.
Stay vigilant, brothers.
Because I remember mentioning that one of the only times I've ever enjoyed playing as Space Marines was in Space Marine.
Understood.
You got it, Frisco Morton! There you go.
Praise the Emperor.
This view.
Objective log.
I await your instructions.
I mean, Chaos Gate was definitely a game that had some lasting impact on my real life. That's not a joke. We did play Mechanicus, but Mechanicus was a while ago. Good game, by the way. Can recommend. Not perfect, but good.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
I need to get the "Here we go" song going on in here. Look, orcs are just the best. What do you want from me? Also, and I don't mean any judgment or memeing by this. I'm just actually curious. Does anybody else in chat like the Necrons? Because I actually do like the Necrons. I'm just curious if anybody else similarly likes the Necrons.
Yes, Lord. I exist to serve. Build routine
Praise the
721
Emperor.
initiated.
Orders received. Onward to glory!
Some retconning. Someone said it in chat perfectly earlier. The old Necrons, are space Terminators. The new Crons are space Egyptians. That's pretty much it in one sentence. I'm reminded of this because Mechanicus in particular was actually a bit of a tipping point for me actually enjoying the Necrons.
Received, brother.
And as usual, it was all down to presentation. We'll be seeing the old Krons in Dark Crusade, by the way.
Excellent. This Orc camp has been destroyed. There, that's the last of them. Well done, Blood Ravens. Victory is ours.
Space Marines attack!
Sky!
I am honored to be in the presence of a librarian. I wish to know how my men can better serve you.
We shall wait for the captain to finish his prayers. I saw you stand against the Orcs. You are a brave man, Colonel. I wish I could say the same of your men.
I shall strengthen their resolve, my lord.
By murdering them.
Or we shall do it for you.
Yeah, by the way, we're playing as the bad guys, if it's not
Something
obvious.
you wish to say? Say it, Colonel.
How did you know?
Even without my psychic gifts, it is obvious. Speak.
Is it true your company eradicated a heresy on the planet of Cyrene recently? An exterminatus, down to the planet's last man, woman, and child.
Colonel, your company is welcome, but such questions are not. Do not ask the captain about Cyrene if you intend to remain in his good graces. Brother Captain, the Colonel wishes an audience with you.
Thank you, Isidore.
My lord, my Tartarus 37th Imperial Guard Regiment stand ready to serve you in protecting the city. They wish to make amends for...
They will have many opportunities to prove themselves warriors worthy of the Emperor. The Blood Ravens are leaving the city. Its protection is in your hands.
I will ready my men. May I ask what your next course of action is?
Orcs only respect strength. I intend to show them that we have it in ample supply. War Journal of Captain Gabriel Angelos. The situation on the planet Tartarus is grim. While the Blood Ravens crushed the main Orc offensive at the spaceport, the bulk of their force is not engaged. They gather in the wilderness, awaiting a critical mass of bodies that will overwhelm the Imperial forces in a green wave of death and destruction. The Blood Ravens will not allow this to occur. Orbital monitoring has detected an area in the southern forests where the Orcs appear to be massing. Orcs only respect strength, so they will look to the largest of their groups to lead them. We will insert a small, covert strike force to eliminate these Orc leaders and destroy any encampments where the Orcs might mass. This should cut to the heart of the Orcs' fighting spirit and delay their inevitable counterattack. We must tread lightly, lest we disturb this slumbering beast. You have your orders. Now go. And may the Emperor protect you.
I do not care for all this sneaking about.
I know, old friend. You always have preferred the direct approach.
We have the Imperial Guard. Why not send them into battle instead of treating them like glorified shepherds?
If we meet the Orcs in force, they cannot possibly stand before us.
We have fought the Orc 100 times before. They thrive on war. A direct assault on them would likely improve their morale and simply attract more of them. The casualties would be enormous.
What are the Imperial Guard for if not to die for their Emperor? At the very least, we should retain a regiment to remain at our call. We have little support this far out. We would not want to be remembered for our carelessness.
We, old friend? Or me?
We are brothers, Gabriel. You know better than to ask that question. I know what this is about. There was nothing you could have done to save Cyrene.
Do not mention that place again, Isidore. Cyrene was my homeworld. My responsibility.
Scout Team 3, do you copy?
Yes, my lord.
The local Imperial waterworks has fallen into Orc hands. If we are to reclaim this area, we must first retake this position. Scouts have infiltrated ahead of you and will assist you in your reconnaissance. If things prove to be more than you can handle, reinforcements will be mobilized to assist.
Getting into position.
I mean, of course, there's good cutscenes as a relic. After Homeworld, I might add.
This area is crawling with orcs. We should infiltrate to sneak past them. Do not get too close, or we may be spotted.
Excellent. Your Scout Marine squad is now
Scouts
invisible
advance.
to all enemies except
On
for
patrol.
commanders. Keep in mind, though, if you are attacked,
Scouts
your
advance.
invisibility will be broken,
Getting
and
into
some
position.
time will pass before you
On
can
patrol.
utilize it again.
Commencing infiltration. Yes, my lord. On patrol. Yes, my lord.
Let's kill each other, my delicious... Oh, it doesn't Marines. Bye, Marines.
My lord.
For what are Marines if not to die for the Emperor? Which is... Saffron, obviously, is the Emperor here.
Scouts advance.
Actually, if you think about it, that'd be a cool name for an Emperor.
Scouts
The
here.
wretched Xenos are
Scouts
guarding a
in
strategic
position.
point. Scout Team 2 is upgraded with sniper rifles. They will make short work of these orcs.
So there.
The enemy is in our sights. Lining up our targets.
That...
Taking damage.
Attack! Yes, my lord. The enemy is in our sights. Scouts here. Scouts ready. At your command. Area secured. Scouts awaiting orders. At your command. Yes, my lord. Strategic point identified.
I do actually agree with Meatfist. There's a bit of a worse thing. I wouldn't say there's, you know, a good large-scale faction in Warhammer 40k. But there's definitely more bad factions. Which ties into something someone mentioned earlier. When does Warhammer K finally end? That's easy. When the Tyranids eat everything. Yeah, not super impressed with the water.
Area secured. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. Commencing infiltration. Command. Patrol. Scouts here. Wait for them to pass before we attempt to sneak by. I sense danger. We will root it out. Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts advance. Scouts advance. I sense danger. We will root it out. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. There's our target. Position. A large orc knob who looks like he's in charge of this bunch. If we kill him, we'll severely weaken the orc morale. I sense danger. We will root it out. Scouts advance. Scouts awaiting orders. I sense danger. We will root it out.
Remind me. Not here.
Yes, my lord.
Taking hits!
Yeah, if they've updated the Tyranids are fleeing something thing, I'm not aware of it.
Attack!
So, anyways. I think I have here. Yeah. I don't know, I don't have strong memories of it, other than playing as the Goblins, who were the best race in that particular thing. Hmm. I mean, what's the difference, Crazy Horse? Really? Okay, so apparently that's been long abandoned. You can tell my lore's out of date. That's the one of Mars, right, Meatfist? If I'm remembering correctly. I'm not remembering correctly. Look, I don't know jack about anything, okay? Squats. That might be part of why I never got into it, Uthor. And honestly, probably never will. It reminds me, I'm not saying they literally do this, but it reminds me of yo-yo continuity. And I hate yo-yo continuity. Just a lot. Just, ugh. Not a fan. So here's what we're thinking so far, just to get everyone up to date. Oh my god, it didn't crash.
Scouts advance.
I wasn't expecting that. I was sort of accepting the death. Well, anyway, so we're dead, so let's go ahead and reload there. Let's go with that. Apparently, it only crashes if I give the game positives. Who knew? I like the map, too. That's the only thing I wanted to mention.
Orc sighted.
Commencing infiltration. I sense danger. We will root it out. I sense danger. We will root it out.
I noticed the music has stopped playing.
On patrol.
Hang on.
Scouts here. Commencing infiltration.
The
Scouts
wretched
ready.
Xenos are guarding a strategic
infiltration.
point. Scout Team 2 is upgraded with sniper
my lord.
rifles. They will make short work of these orcs.
Yeah, that's a little more what I was expecting last time. That's a good question, Nitro Navarius.
Our aim is true.
You know, honestly, it would depend. RNG is RNG, but it depends. It depends. It depends. It's always case by case. I'd have to actually sit and play it, and I don't actually have an answer because I haven't actually sat and played.
Our aim.
You gonna shoot this guy? You're just gonna stand there. I haven't played tabletop Warhammer 40K since. God, 2003 or 4. I'm not actually 100% sure which.
Scouts ready. Scouts in position. Search commencing. Strategic point identified.
Where's the music? We've bugged the music. Well, it's okay. I have a solution for this. I just gotta find it real quick.
Area secure. Scouts advance. Gathering intelligence. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. Patrol. Wait for them to pass before we attempt to commence infiltration.
Okay, that's not what I was trying to do, but that's okay.
Into position. Scouts here. At your command. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. Scouts in position. Scouts ready.
See, that's why.
And mark any enemy positions.
How do I phrase this without sounding? Because I don't mean this as an insult, but it's why I don't think you and I could ever collaborate on anything, Huthor, because our fundamental tenets of storytelling are so violently different from each other.
Danger. We will root it out. Getting into position. On patrol.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Search commencing.
Back off again. We had perfect luck last time.
Scouts advance. Commencing infiltration. Yes, my lord. Scouts ready. Search commencing. On patrol.
Where the hell is he?
Search commencing.
He's up there. Okay, go, 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 go.
We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
Wait, we're doing what again?
Commencing infiltration.
Okay, good.
On patrol. Commencing infiltration. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
Yeah, they're great barks, and they're definitely going to be a positive or two.
A large
But this is rather audio spammy.
This bunch.
It's right up there with ironically, Homeworld, but also Halo Wars, for those of you who remember that.
If we kill him, we'll severely weaken the Orc morale.
Yeah, I'm rolling. Rolling.
Scouts in position.
Rolling.
Scouts ready. Scouts awaiting orders. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions. Attack!
I command in the name of the Orc Knob is dead. We will take it from here.
The enemy is attacking!
Yes, my lord. Scouts in position. Scouts advance.
We stand ready. Stay vigilant, brothers.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Understood. Maintain attack formation. Weapons at ready. It is time.
Oh gosh, I don't remember who did that first, Dr. Winter. I know what you're talking about, though.
Orders received, brother.
I was say, we apparently need to get some sniper rifles on these guys, but we can't at the moment, because we don't have
Orders
anything.
received.
We'll get to there.
Understood. Space Marines attack! Moving out.
I do like the relatively light modulation that their voices have. It's low key, but it's good.
None shall stop us. For the
Want everything blown up within 20 minutes. Wait, that's way too long.
The enemy is attacking. Commencing attack.
Wait a minute, I knew it, Huthor. You're secretly one of them anarchists. Or, excuse me, fictional anarchists. Not real anarchists, those are different.
Initiating attack protocol 23.
I mean, Lord knows I, of all people, understand the value of headcanon.
Engaging.
Word of Blake does not exist. That's all I'm saying. It was literally the first thing we decided for a potential BattleTech.
The waterworks are under our control.
Right.
Now we must start building a base before we hunt down the rest of the Orcs. Let us capture these strategic points and establish a base of
Claim it in
operations.
the name of the Emperor.
Why would we do that, Saffron? The game consistently crashes when alt-tabbing.
Yes, Lord?
What possible reason would we have for removing that?
Instructions. I will do as you ask.
I hated the Word of Blake. Like, I know 3 people personally. Yeah, but we were up to 8 crashes at that point, Saffron. 1 out of 9 is not an acceptable ratio.
Area secured.
Yes, Lord?
What the hell was I saying? Right, Word of Blake. Like, I understand that value because, you know, you look at something and it's like, yeah, no, this doesn't exist. Boop, and it's gone. But, I guess I don't see how you get from that point to your other points, Huthor, is my overall point. Wait, no, it makes perfect sense. I take it back. You're not an anarchist. You're an open source writer. That's it. That's what it is right there. I'm not actually being facetious. That tracks so well. I can't believe I didn't think about that until just now. Which one, Loke? Yeah, Mass Effect 3 will come out any day now. Any day now. They're supposedly working on it. Boy, Evo. Space Marines.
Yes, most beneficent one. With all
Yes,
due
stuff
haste,
going.
I will do as you ask.
Yeah, we could. Now, see, Half-Life 3, that's a fun one, because Half-Life 3, and I keep saying this and people keep ignoring me, Half-Life 3 has come out twice. That's not a joke. We now have 2 different versions of Half-Life 3, both of which have already come out. There's the text thing that the writer released, which totally isn't Half-Life 3, wink wink. But then there's also Half-Life Alyx, which is Half-Life 3.
Yes, Lord.
At this point, somebody's got to be screwing with us, because they've got to know, right?
Build routine 7
No way they don't. We still the in-game music hasn't fired up again yet, by the way.
Build routine 721 initiated.
Listen, I learned an Orky accent from this game, and then I immediately lost it. But hopefully we'll get it back. We plays the Orcs, the greatest of all things, the Warhammer 40k setting. I mean, would anybody actually want to play as the Space Marines if given a choice? I don't think so.
Xeno sighting. The enemy is attacking.
Here to serve. Yes.
Oh, right, duh. I probably should get a barracks going.
With all due haste.
My faith is my shield.
Here to serve.
That's true. Our Space Marines should be very fast. Don't worry, we'll see a lot of fast Space Marines when we get to Dawn of War 2. My favorite type of Space Marine... Excuse me, that's not true. My second favorite type of Space Marine is in Dawn of War 2. My first favorite is the Dreadnoughts, because Dreadnoughts are awesome. Yeah, it's a good thick shade of red. I like it. Correct, Evo. The in-game music is technically playing, it's just very bugged.
Here to serve. With all due haste, yes, most beneficent one.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
I'm not actually joking. That I do like that color. It's legit. I'm enjoying it. Can we upgrade them now? We apparently cannot upgrade them yet. Sorry. Can't do that.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Looks like that might be our limit for now.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Might as well just get them some sniper rifles. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, they're apparently not attacking from the north at all, so
The enemy shall know
we just
fear.
head down here, shall we?
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
That's right. Warhammer 40k, if nothing else, gave us the Mechanicus soundtrack. Enough said.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
So what's the difference, Uthor? Will there be a Warhammer rewrite? Almost guaranteed no. One of the rules for a rewrite, which ironically I probably shouldn't even have to say, but it is a rule for the rewrite, is it has to be a setting I am sufficiently familiar with to be comfortable rewriting. And I barely know Warhammer.
More than heavy bolters to defeat these orcs. We must upgrade the stronghold to gain access to the tools we will need to destroy this place.
But I really like heavy bolters. Like a lot. Heavy bolters are legit. Yeah, so Warhammer... What's actually worse, I've slowly gained more of an understanding of Warhammer Fantasy than 40k. So I actually know Warhammer Fantasy a little bit better than Warhammer 40k. And I still don't know it even remotely close to enough to actually, dip my toes into it. So, both to know? No to both of those. Now, Battletech was one that was actually on the table and we were pushing for, and then immediately got abandoned. I'm content to leave that abandoned. I've got other stuff to work on. So, we'll see. We did hash out some vague ideas, but they were pretty vague. Put it in this terminology. Star Wars rewrite is something that's months out at this point, and we've still already done more actual pre-production work for the Star Wars rewrite than for a Battletech rewrite.
The enemy is attacking.
So I don't want to go too much into it, but Lore Reloaded.
Telling eyes of the skull probes are with us. Find them on our listening posts. The monastery is complete. Sergeants will inspire your Space Marine squads to greater feats of heroism, and rocket launchers will make short work of Orc buildings. My faith is my shield.
Okay. Well, let's do a spread while we're here. I told Lore Reloaded pretty much, you know, here you go, you handle this one. I'll trust in you. And so he kind of was the one mainlining the Battletech rewrite. Then he walked away from the rewrite project entirely because of real-life problems. No judgment. It's just, you know, he had stuff going on. So... And yeah, Takoida's actually correct. We kept running into some walls with Battletech. Like,
we must upgrade an existing listening post with the fortified position add-on. This upgrade will increase the requisition income and add better defenses to the listening post.
Marine squad deployed.
As anybody who was familiar when we started initially doing our discussion rounds for the Battletech rewrite, we actually were running into a bit of a wall in just explaining how they use mechs at all. Like, just the most fundamental thing for Battletech. Like, we talk about, you know, should X, Y, or Z, should the Force exist in Star Wars? Well, the first thing we were debating is, should mechs exist in Battletech? And it's like, yeah, we did come up with the answer being yes, but it was weirdly irritating getting that to work.
And has a gun emplacement to strike back.
I want you on, you. Having said that, I got some ideas in the Battletech rewrite that I am going to use in the extant, because I love mechs, and I want to do that, so.
Ever vigilant.
Yeah, no, it's pretty messed up, Evo, from what I've seen. Like I said, I kind of deliberately made a choice years ago to walk away from it, and I'm cool with that.
Marine squad deployed.
I mean, smarter people than me have mathed out why mechs don't work. What kind of mechs am I bringing to the extant? So, the most obvious idea is actually one I've already had. It's something I've already talked about several times. And that is sports, right?
Yes,
so,
my lord.
Sports, yeah, hell yeah. And just having competitive mech stuff neatly solves a lot of the problems with battle mechs, because most of the problems with battle mechs can boil down to two big things: physics and practicality. But physics is something that can be worked around under the right circumstances, and nobody gives a crap about practicality if you're going to play sports. I mean, to use a specific example, I watch Formula One a lot because I love Formula One. Those cars that are very hyper-engineered for Formula One are extremely impractical cars. But that's not the goal, right? So you can excuse a lot when you're specifically making it for a sport, right? When you're trying to make it part of the spectacle, part of the competition, part of the rules that you've established for it. As opposed to trying to field a mech in a battle area, which is just, it's problematic on every level. So. Yeah, exactly. No one's going to drive a dragster unless they actually are doing a drag race. You get the idea. There's other concepts too. Rules of warfare and some ideas about limits on the mechs and how they're built, and just some of the more practical, mundane stuff that'll probably never actually be mentioned on camera. But you know me, I like to design some under the hood stuff whenever I can. So. But a dragster is fun to drive. Exactly. You think a mech wouldn't be fun to drive? Kong. 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 I'm just saying. Just gotta do a full spread here. Yeah, Question Man died, and I haven't had a chance to fix it yet, because crashing. Now, let's go and get a save so we can see if we can fix Question Man. Okay. What's the issue here? Ah, we need to log in again. I can do that really quick. Hopefully we can do this before it crashes. Nope, crashed. Damn, that was like 10 seconds. Favorite teams and drivers? Honestly, I don't really follow a team or an individual driver anymore. I just kind of follow the whole thing.
Sega.
Hey, the music restarted, so we can stop playing this wonderful Mechanicus music. I keep forgetting I have to hit start mission every time. Alright, it looks like they're still upgrading. Good, good, good. Nope, music stopped again.
The Emperor protects.
Okay.
Today, the enemy shall know fear.
No rush, Silok. I know RL is a thing.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. Praise the Emperor. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
It's this thing that just constantly gets in the way, Terra.
Beware the alien, the mutant.
We're just gonna live with no music. It'll fire up again at some point.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Holding hands, Evo.
Praise the Emperor. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. The Emperor protects. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Yeah, I don't think I have a favorite team either, now that I think about it too, Base Master.
With me shall be my brother.
I know, that's such a weird thing to point out. It's like, I'm a fan of this sport. Oh yeah, who are your favorite teams and players and all that? I don't have any. But it's true, I'm not really into them. Oh, actually, you know what? I did like Schumacher. I have to use past tense for obvious reasons, but I did. Schumacher was legit. He's actually probably my favorite racer, like, of all time. And it is a goddamn shame what happened to him. Like, that's unacceptable. That's terrible. I used to follow the middle of the pack to Base Master. I guess I shouldn't say used to, I still do. The middle of the pack is generally where the most interesting racing happens. Because in a lot of Formula 1, the team, which is usually McLaren or Red Bull, that is in front is so far in front that there's nothing happening. They're just driving the course, and it's extremely boring. Middle of the pack has a lot of people in a lot of similar types of cars, and so you start to see some actual battles and some actual engagements. And most of the people in the middle of the pack are either too timid, that's probably the wrong word, too cautious, and simultaneously not sufficiently confident that they don't want to wreck their cars. So you generally don't see a lot of trash in the middle of the pack. You see really interesting, precise battles for position. It's fun. The back of the pack is where you watch if you like to watch the crashes. That's where that tends to be all kinds of... So if that's what you're into, watch the back of the pack sometime. Because those cars are a lot cheaper and those people are a lot less caring. Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab a save now that we've spent some time standing here upgrading. There's going to be a lot of that in this game, just you know.
Maintain attack.
So we've got a couple Space Marines. Let's see if we can dragoon them out here, this is already a problem. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go.
Taking damage. Charge!
And yeah, it's really frustrating. So we've tried to follow several different Formula One broadcasters for a while, like Sky. But a lot of the broadcasters have this really bad habit of leaving the drone and the footage just on whoever's in the front, as they're just doing this. And it's like, can we watch some racing, please? Please, I just want to see some racing. Anyway, sorry. Getting off topic. Formula One. Nobody cares about Formula One. Now imagine Formula One with battle mechs. Tell me that wouldn't improve it. Anyways, I'm afraid I've never actually seen NHRA. I'm aware of it, but I've never actually watched it. Yeah, we gotta get that fatality rate up there. We gotta get the bloodlust. It's very important.
Stay vigilant.
People want to see blood. That's why people watch NASCAR, after all.
Moving out. The enemy is attacking.
Now, that's obviously a joke. There's a lot of technical side of racing that goes into NASCAR. But in my experience, only about 20% of the fans of NASCAR that I've ever encountered in my life watch NASCAR for the more interesting technical side of the racing. They watch it because...
None shall stop us.
Oh, I super have Nitro.
Orders received.
More than once. Penny Arcade, of all people, did a comic recently, which really amused the crap out of me. It was a sketch of the first corner in the race, and he says, and he gets up and he says, "This is the first corner in the race. It doesn't matter which corner, it doesn't matter which race or which game or which anything. It doesn't matter. It's the first corner in the race. Now, I want you to understand this. You cannot win the race in this first corner, but you can lose it for everybody."
Onward to glory.
And that is so true.
It is time.
To go back to Formula One in particular, the percentage of crashes that happen in the first corner versus everything else is huge. And it's almost always the first time through, too.
Maintain attack formation.
That's not even necessarily true, though, because there are plenty of times when, you know, you'll be on your 5th, 8th, or 15th lap, and there will be a wreck in the first corner. It's like, Jesus. Anyways, we've got some tracer rounds going. Do you like tracer rounds? You're going to see a couple of them in this game. 1 or 2. There's going to be a couple.
Claim it in the name of the Emperor.
Wog, as they say.
Orders received, brother.
Looks like we hadn't actually finished that. My bad. Why? Oh, because the dude is having trouble reaching it to plant the flag? Oh, whatever. I give up. I give up. You.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
You specifically capture this point. So what you're saying is, all guns all the time, Von Falkenstein. I like it. Let's do it! We will have a true mixed arms group. We here, the Lorewalkers, are tolerant of all types of ways of killing Xenos and heretics.
Mission accomplished.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
11,000 horsepower. How do you handle the torque problem with that? Hey, it's a Killacan! One of the best units in the game. At some point, I swear this music will restart.
Squad broken! Initiating attack protocol 23. Weapons at ready. It is time.
Rally squad!
Pay some degree of attention here. Stomp.
Moving
Stomp. Stomp. I'm just weirded out that it hasn't, the music hasn't restarted across 2 reloads, including a crash. So, you know, restarting the whole game.
What would you have me do?
Orders taking damage. Weapons at ready. It is time.
I mean, apparently you're doing a really good job, Sexaft. These Xenos are, they're falling over. They're painting the countryside green.
Fear our wrath.
Yeah, what he said.
Understood. Fear our wrath. Stay vigilant, brothers. Take and hold.
Just while we're here. You know, honestly, I haven't thought about it too, Base Master. Oh, goodness. Probably. I mean, we have to have pod racing, obviously. If you don't have space racing, is it really a sci-fi setting? No, the real hard part is how do we come up with magic racing? Because sci-fi racing is easy.
Area secured.
Fear our wrath. Onward to glory! Fear our wrath. Under fire. Maintain attack formation.
I mean, I like Magitech, but, you know,
Orders
I don't know if we should use Magitech for racing. Actually, no, hang on. No, you're right, Savicom. Because Formula 1 is the highest end of racing, or at least it's supposed to be. Like, you have to work your way up to Formula 1. So Formula 1 specifically would probably be Magitech. Like, you can't even do that unless you can actually operate and work Magitech devices. And, of course, only the most experienced and skilled of racers and drivers who have all the backings of the teams and all that would ever even reach that level. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of with it. This is why I keep Savicom around.
Praise the Emperor.
Well, I mean, there's other reasons, but, you know.
Praise the Emperor. Today the enemy shall know fear.
Taking heavy fire.
Fire mech racing. Why are they on fire? Why is there fire? I suppose it's a redundant question in some cases.
No surrender! Orders received. Ever vigilant. We stand ready. Cleanse, purge, kill. Direct us to the enemy.
So, we did it. Right? Like,
Getting
did
into
it.
position. I sense danger. We will root it out.
I mean, leveling up your superheroes is a nice idea, Zactef, but in Reality Land, you should probably not,
Position secure.
I guess I think it depends. Actually, is going to be my answer.
Yes, my lord.
What is happening? Cleanse the valley. Okay, what did I miss? It's probably like this stupid waypoint thing up here. All right, yeah.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
All right. Let's see how the pathfinding is, shall we?
Maintain attack formation.
Everything, Zactef? Depends on the circumstances. Like, for example, you want to level up. You want to get experience and skill for your younger superheroes. Otherwise, you're just going to be relying on your big heavies, and if anything happens to them, you're screwed. Single pillar, blah, 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 blah. But you also don't want to throw your young newbies into situations they legitimately can't handle. All you're going to get out of that is a couple of corpses. See you around, Von Falkenstein. Have a good one. Hopefully. Also, there's a holiday going on right now. Just gonna admit my ignorance here.
Understood.
Easter. When's Easter? Also, that's in the weekend. This is Wednesday. You lied to me. Easter's a week? Interesting. Since when is Easter a week? Aha!
Fear our wrath. Taking damage. Cleanse. Purge. Kill.
I've already gotten some chocolate eggs for the kids.
Space Marines.
Hopefully they'll enjoy them.
Charge!
What the hell's a week off, Crazy Horse? Oh, no, that's when you get a bunch of personal work done. I understand completely.
Claim it in the name of the Emperor.
Like when I took the short dark. Actually, what I did when I took the short dark was I had a week of being sick. Then I got some work done. Look, I got stuff to do. In fact, I almost started stream early today, and the only reason I didn't is because I was working. I need to get some Cadbury eggs. I love Cadbury cream eggs, and I never get a chance to eat them.
Position secure.
Reese's eggs? No, I didn't get any. They didn't. I looked weeks ago at this point. At the when I was at the grocery store, and I didn't see any. What do you want from me, game? How do I finish this mission?
Maintain attack formation.
Yeah, I know there's these dudes up here. If it seriously expects me to go back and kill these... I mean, the objective does not say capture all points, and it doesn't say kill all enemies. It just says take out the base. I'm just pointing that out.
Onward to glory! Cleanse, purge, kill!
To me, my brothers!
Charge!
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Taking damage. Orders received.
Well, okay. That's the thing that happened.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Oh, now we go back to where we were.
Moving out.
So, this is the thrilling content that you came here for, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know if this is a bug. I don't know if this, so, okay. One of the things a lot of older RTSs did, StarCraft was guilty of this as well, is they would be frustratingly difficult to finish. How many of you have ever played an older RTS map where you're like, all right, I finished the mission. Why isn't the mission concluding? And the reason is because it's expecting you to kill all enemy units, because that's the easiest thing to track from a programming perspective. And so you're just sitting there running around the map trying to find the one dude somewhere.
Purge, kill. Cleanse, purge, kill.
Yeah, I have a lot of bad memories about that. Like, a lot of bad memories about that.
For the Emperor.
Orders received.
Not that I'm aware of, Loner, but there probably is somewhere. God, kilocans are ridiculous. As they should be.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Orders received. Charge! Charge! Maintain attack formation. Objective acquired.
Frickin' flashlights. Las guns.
Mission accomplished. Understood. Orders received, brother.
Just browsing Discord at this point. I mean, what else is there to do? This is ridiculous. I don't even know what the actual mission end trigger is. I'm just trying to kill everything I can. And the assumption that it's a kill 100% things mission. I'm just guessing.
Yes, my lord. We're here. The Emperor protects. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. The Emperor protects. The Emperor protects. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Seriously?
Reporting, sir. The Emperor protects. The Emperor protects.
Actually, I can't because alt-tabbing crashes the game, Asvis. We're currently at 9 out of 10,
Praise
so
the
literally at
Emperor.
90% success rate on crashing the game.
Purge, kill.
I'm not throwing up the cheat flag on the second goddamn mission. That's ridiculous. We're gonna back. Okay, tell you what. We're gonna backtrack. We're gonna kill those units. If it counts, then that's a negative. If it doesn't count, then we'll cheat. We'll just do
Fear
this.
our wrath. Heresy grows from idleness.
So yeah, let's see what we got here.
Direct us to the enemy. We stand ready. We stand ready. The enemy is attacking. What is your order? We stand ready. What is your order? Direct us to the enemy. Ever vigilant. We stand ready.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Stay vigilant, brothers.
Oh, that explains it, period. I'm still sorry, exclamation mark. I hope you feel better soon, period.
Marines attack! Stay vigilant, brothers. Stay vigilant, brothers. Strategic.
You notice I've also been grabbing the points as... Oh! That did it! That did it! Jesus Christ.
I must speak with the captain.
He is giving the Emperor his praise. Leave him this moment.
Yes, brother librarian. We completed our sweep of the area and can find no more orcs.
Indeed. Tell your squad to move ahead and clear the company's path.
Yes, brother librarian.
Oh no, it's chaos!
I will suffer no trespass.
Listen, I think the incredibly evil-sounding guy might secretly be evil. What's the name of the Chaos dude in Dark Crusade? Like the commander?
The Orc invasion is far more serious than we originally imagined. The Imperial Navy, with the help of the Bloodraven's battle barge, the Litany of Fury, has regained tenuous control of the space around the planet. However, the number of Orc troops and supplies that have reached planetside far exceeds our original estimates. The Orc menace has spread throughout the low-population areas of the planet. Civilians are fleeing en masse to the cities, where they hope the higher concentration of Imperial Guard can protect them. Due to our recent actions, we were able to destroy several Orc forward encampments and kill many of their leaders. So we can expect at least a brief respite from further Orc attacks in this area. The Bloodravens have returned to the capital city of Magna Bonum to prepare the defenses during this downtime.
There's the map. Moving forward. Music.
Brother Mateel, second squad is to man those buildings opposite the market streets. Go! Brother Tantheus, take ninth squad and shore up our defenses along our southern flank. We need those gun emplacements operational. That is correct, Brother Corrales. Begin executing Protocol 18. We will silence that Orc artillery.
My lord, I have taken the liberty of stationing my Imperial Guard around the key facilities, including the spaceport and power plant.
Your initiative is admirable, Colonel, but I need you to pull your men back to this location where they can concentrate their defense.
But if we abandon the spaceport...
We cannot hold the spaceport, Colonel. We have to maximize our defense in one location to assure victory. Do not mistake the Orcs' simple manner for stupidity. They are far more cunning than they may seem. Now go.
Yes, my lord. I do not agree with this course of action. Why are we sitting back waiting for the Orcs to strike? We should attack! Surely it is better than doing nothing.
You would have us meet the Orcs on open ground? That would be madness. It is written in the Codex Astartes that this situation calls for a defensive action.
Of course. You are right. Perhaps patience is the better virtue here.
So, stop me if you heard this one before. Okay.
The Orcs have overrun the city.
The Space Marines have to kill a bunch of Orcs who are invading a planet which is defended by the Guard. Oh no, it was chaos all along.
This transgression shall not stand. We will fight until the last Orc is dead. Heavy bolter turrets have been made available to us. Be sure to place their defensive power wisely. Landmines are now available for placement in our enemy's paths.
Protocol.
I'm being facetious. Oh yeah, the Eldar are also manipulating something in the background.
The Orcs maintain an iron grip on the city's strategic points. We must break their hold and deny the Orcs their supplies. We're here.
Here to serve, with all due haste.
Faith is our shield. Taking haste.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Come on, game.
We're here.
Orcs,
At your command.
Purge the beasts. Direct us to the enemy.
We're here.
Position secure.
We'll get through this, I know it.
You say that.
Yes, most beneficent one. I exist to serve.
That would actually be kind of funny. Like you charge in, like, all right, time to kill us some chaos, braka braka braka, and then like the orcs swoop in, and just absolutely curb stomp chaos.
The Emperor protects.
Can you not capture a point?
We'll get through this, I know
Oh my God,
it.
they can't capture a point.
Following orders.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Yep, it was the orcs all along. We should have known.
Reporting, sir. Reporting, sir. Reporting, sir. We'll get through this, I know it. We'll get through this, I know it.
I mean, I can just picture the orcs being like, yeah, that's where I want to, buddy.
Yes,
There's a bunch of humans killing each other.
Reporting, sir.
What humans? Who cares? Some of them spiky, some of them isn't. Just kill them. That's why it's gore guts with a chair! I'm not actually joking. I think that'd be legit. Go, my pathetic little minions.
What is your order? Orders received.
Here to serve. I shall obey. Build routine 721 initiated.
We stand ready. Taking heavy fire.
My knowledge is at your
Reporting,
disposal.
sir.
Huh. Well, thank you for the tip. It's okay, the Spice Marines are here to do the real work. Pathetic. Can't even fight off a bloodthirsty orc attack.
Fear not the Psyker. Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Not lately, no, Uthor. Why?
Moving out.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Strategic point
I
identified.
await your instructions. Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, Lord. I exist to serve.
Damn right. Make me a sandwich.
The enemy is attacking.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
What?
Here to serve.
In case you missed that, what he just said was, hope is the first step towards disappointment.
Objective achieved.
Yes, Lord.
I stand ready.
Weapons at ready. It
That's
is time.
really messed up. But I don't know why I'm surprised.
I await your
Why don't
instructions.
you go over here?
I stand ready.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Today the enemy shall know fear. Praise the Emperor. What would you have me do? Today the enemy shall know fear. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. The Emperor protects. My faith is my shield. He who stands with me shall be my brother. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Today the enemy shall know fear.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Taking damage.
Initializing build protocol. Yes, most beneficent
What's a Payas?
one.
Payas treaty?
Initiated.
I have to click even more? Alright, hang on. We'll come back to that in a minute. I mean, that sounds kind of awesome, Uthor. Alright, so super clicking.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. He who stands with me shall be my brother. What would you have me do? Walk softly and carry a big gun. The Emperor protects. Today the enemy shall know fear. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Walk softly and carry a big gun. Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. Walk softly and carry a big gun. Today the enemy shall know fear. Praise the Emperor. My faith is my shield.
Are we done? Like, I just mashed clicking this guy here.
Knowledge is
He doesn't seem to have much else to say.
Taking hits.
That was fast, period. In fact, I have a timestamp comment. That was like 10 minutes, exclamation mark. I'm glad it smells nice, though, period.
Yes, most beneficent one? Yes, Lord? I will do as you ask.
Squad broken!
knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Our fate to the rally point!
Oh,
Initiate
war track.
Attack Protocol 23. Onward to glory! The enemy is attacking! Charge! Cleanse, purge, kill! For the Emperor!
I await your instructions. Yes, most beneficent one?
I didn't say anything, Yura.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
That's an interesting quote.
Stand ready.
Here
Also,
to
we've already
serve.
lost one of those damn things. Let's
I
go ahead and fix
shall
that.
obey. I shall obey.
The Emperor does not give a damn, and may or may not even be aware that you exist, but by God!
Taking hits!
I can afford all that.
Here to serve. Initializing build protocol. I await your instructions. As you wish. I await your
Yep.
instructions.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
That's 3 war tracks. That's gonna be fun.
Orders received. Cleanse, purge, kill! Weapons at ready. It is time.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
I await
Who's the
your
good guys?
instructions. Here to serve.
An interesting question.
Venerate
I feel like we already answered that question, though.
Moving out.
Yeah, not applicable.
Here to serve.
I like that answer. Not applicable.
Initializing protocol. Yes, most beneficent one.
God damn it, I was just upgrading too.
A sacred machine cult has misfired and landed somewhere within the city. We must recover the structure and any survivors.
Do we have to?
Orcs have built their infernal structures within the city walls. Destroying these structures is vital if we are to regain control over the city.
My knowledge.
Like, is it mandatory?
Orders received.
I await your instructions. Here to serve.
That's what I thought.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Taking damage.
I mean, I know how this works, Jungle. I've played StarCraft before. StarCraft tutorial doesn't even end until you get off the first planet.
Marine squad deployed.
Yeah, we'll talk about that whenever we do that review, too. Oh, would you stop dying?
The immortal emperor.
Orders received.
Rally squad!
Oops, that's actually the wrong button.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Wow.
It's the first
Marine
step
squad
on the road
deployed.
to disappointment. I stand ready.
Moving out. Onward to glory.
Fear not the psycho. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
I await your instructions. Yes, most beneficent one.
Venerate the immortal emperor.
I mean, do we have to?
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Understood. Under fire.
I stand ready.
Cleanse. Purge. Kill.
That was strange.
Fear not the psycho. Venerate the immortal emperor. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. Venerate the immortal emperor. Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Yeah, Gene Steelers. There's another fun one.
Knowledge is power.
Hate Gene
Hide it
Steelers.
well.
Returning to battle.
An open mind is like a fortress with its
Taking
gates
heavy
unbarred
fire.
and unguarded. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Okay,
Mind
you need to
over matter.
stop.
Fear not the psycho.
While the enemies of the
There is
Emperor
no
still
such
draw
thing as
breath, there
innocence,
can be no
only
peace.
degrees of guilt.
What would you have me do?
Cleanse. Purge. Kill.
The Emperor protects.
GSC, Huthor?
my faith.
Oh, the Gene Seal cult's my third least favorite thing in the setting.
Orders received.
The second being Chaos in general, and the first, of course, being the Dark Eldar. Wow. This looks like a just kill all units mission again. That sounds vaguely familiar.
Here to serve. I await your instructions.
The enemy is attacking!
I exist to serve. As
He
you
who
wish.
stands with me shall be my brother.
Are you gonna...
Area secured. Orders received, brother.
It's total annihilation. I think we're under attack, just so you know, boss. Something might be attacking us.
Taking heavy fire!
No. Wrong one.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Yes, most beneficent one. With all
The
due
Emperor
haste.
protects.
Orders received.
I assume we lose the mission, Dr. Winter. I don't actually know.
Space Marines! Attack!
Understood.
Oh, okay, apparently nothing. Okay, we're fine.
Received, brother. Take and hold.
I was just presuming.
Taking heavy fire!
Here to serve. I will do as you ask. Initializing
This day
build
shall be a
protocol.
glorious one for the Imperium.
No, I've always been presuming, Talia. Okay, so... is it just me? Am I playing this wrong? Because this is extraordinarily boring.
Taking hits. Mission accomplished.
Like, should I just give up
Yes,
on
Lord.
moving
On alert,
forwards
brothers.
and
The
capturing
enemy must be
nodes and
nearby.
doing anything?
Ready. It is time.
And I know what you're thinking. Well, what do you think about older RTSs? Well, the problem is I don't remember liking older RTSs. Like, let's use StarCraft as the example.
Moving out.
Did StarCraft had good campaign missions? No. I mean, it was kind of bare bones, and probably not terrible, but I remember StarCraft Vanilla. Now, Brood War was better,
Taking hits.
and yeah, Red Alert had a couple of actually legitimate good missions, but emphasis on the word, a couple of.
While the
I
enemies
guess
of
is
the
two
Emperor
words, but whatever, you
still
get my
draw
point.
breath, there can be no peace. He who stands with me shall be my brother.
I don't remember Age of Empires 2 all that much. I remember Age of Empires 1 more, and for reasons that would probably get me destroyed in chat if I talked about them. I suppose I'll just tell you, since at this point, whatever. If you're gonna hate me, you're gonna hate me, right? So you know what I remember most about Age of Empires 1 was how much the campaign sucked.
On alert, brothers.
I have
The
distinct
enemy must be
memories
nearby.
of really enjoying Age of Empires 1 and being like, yeah!
Brothers.
And then I got out of the first campaign, because there's like several. You know, you play as Egypt first, and I was like, ah. And by the end of the Egypt campaign, I was not enjoying myself. And then I went to the next campaign, and I don't remember what the next campaign was, because of whatever it is, I was tearing my hair out the entire time. It was awful. I guess we could spread out more.
Taking damage.
Now, Age of Empires 2, obviously better. Duh.
Taking hits.
Much more improved on the campaign arc.
Claim
But
it
just
in the name of the
the
Emperor.
first game, oh my god.
My faith is my shield.
All right. Let's do this.
Onward to glory! Moving out.
We're gonna try something different. We're gonna move up our tactics a little bit.
Orders received, brother. None shall stop us.
My face is my shield. I mean, you can always tell a named character in these games because they don't have a helmet on.
Fear our wrath. Charge! The enemy is attacking!
Beware the alien.
Alright, so let's simplify our control setup a little bit here.
This day shall be a
No,
glorious
hero.
one for the Imperium.
Generally, no. Okay, so you're... What are you? You're...
My faith is my shield.
that.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw
Correct
breath,
us.
there can be no peace. This day shall
We
be a
stand
glorious
ready.
one for the
You'll be
Imperium.
one.
Under fire, heresy.
You two will be
On
two.
alert, brothers.
There we go.
The enemy must be
Let's try
nearby.
this a little bit.
Direct us to the enemy.
I mean, the story's a lot of flavor more than just being an engaging plot, but it's actually good flavor, even so
The
far.
enemy shall know fear.
Even relatively, not that far in, there's still some
Orders
good
received,
flavor going
stand
on.
ready.
And I anticipate the flavor's going to go up as we go further forwards.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Into the expansions and
Direct
whatnot.
us to the enemy.
I do have memories of enjoying Dark Crusade quite a bit, but Dark Crusade doesn't really have a
At
campaign.
your
so
command. Stay vigilant, brothers.
it kind
Claim
of
it in
does.
the name of the Emperor.
Praise the Emperor. What would you have me do?
Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, Lord. I exist to serve. Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
Taking heavy fire.
Oh yeah, Dawn of War 2 was a bit of a culture shock when I finally played it, when it first came out.
The heretic.
I also have a story to tell about how stupid I was in Dawn of War 2, but we'll get there.
Awaiting orders. Stay vigilant, brothers.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Stay vigilant, brothers.
I do love me some corpse starch.
Yes, most beneficent one. Initializing build protocol.
The Emperor.
Hey, Scion of the Emperor. I figured you'd be here at some point.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Yeah, I'm trying not to talk too much about Dawn of War 2. We're not even going to get there this week. That's going to be a while, so...
My faith is my shield.
It is very different in tone and style and technical and just a lot of things.
Yes, my lord. Faith is our shield.
The Emperor protects.
Yes, Lord. As you wish.
Yes, my lord.
My faith is my shield.
Taking heavy fire.
Beware the alien, the mutant.
We are the Emperor's chosen. What is your order? Orders received.
He who
brother.
stands with me shall be my brother.
Oh, I'm sorry, Scion.
Ever vigilant.
I'm not going to lie to you. So far, I'm not super impressed.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
But I anticipate it'll get better as we go.
Beware the alien.
Like I was just talking about. Again, StarCraft 1 Vanilla. Actually, StarCraft 1 Vanilla is kind of a weird one to talk about. Because it actually starts off good.
Enemies of the Emperor
The first
still
few
draw
missions, the
breath.
tutorial missions in StarCraft Vanilla, are actually probably the best missions in StarCraft Vanilla.
Orders received, brother. We are the Emperor's chosen.
And then you scooch forward a little bit into some of the more, real missions, and it's just like, oh. And it just kind of stops being as good. And then that pattern repeats. Like, the first few Zerg missions are pretty good. And the first few Protoss missions are pretty good. And then, And as Takoida points out, the Brood War missions are much better designed, pretty much across the board, but they are also hard as balls.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
I'm glad you liked it, Raskor. Thank you.
Heavy fire.
It was a lot of work. What are you? You're a tank. Where are you even coming from at this point?
At your command.
This day shall be a glorious one for the
You're
Imperium.
not...
I await your instructions.
Beware the alien.
Oh, no, absolutely, Blade Jamal. Because, so you can tell, and we'll talk about this when we get to StarCraft 1, there was an RTS mentality that was very common for many years, actually, that they were still kind of stuck in when it came to designing the missions. And that mentality is, you design all of these units, and you design them to be slowly better over time. So you got the great units, the good units, the Oko units, and the bad units. And then you design the campaign to introduce each of these units as you go. Now, you can understand why that format exists, but the big problem with that is it makes for some very basic, boring campaign design. It is the exact same problem that most older RTS games, and by older I mean like, you know, the actual old stuff, all had. They all had that same problem of introduce units worth a damn. And so you get this weird, disjointed campaign thing. I don't know where to go. Where are these tanks coming from?
The heretic.
Ever vigilant.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Heresy grows from idleness. Space Marines attack!
Yeah, exactly, Kira White Noise. You don't... There's a lot of issues with it, other than the obvious.
Maintain attack formation.
Because probably one of the worst issues is what Kira White Noise just mentioned. You take way too long to start being able to play with your units. StarCraft 2 actually structured itself, as Wings of Liberty specifically, structured itself similarly. But what StarCraft 2 did, and I am hugely in favor of this, I want to be very clear about this, is they made it so that... Can I go further up here? Oh, I guess I can. Let's go up here.
What is your order?
They made it so that each mission that introduced a new unit, first of all, could be done in some random order. Second of all, you would introduce good units early on, which would stay good later, because that's unit balance. But third, and most importantly, they were heavily gimmicky missions designed to showcase that unit. They were like missions custom tailored to be for that unit. Oh my god, these tanks are going to be the death of me. And I don't know how to finish the mission.
Praise the Emperor.
Faith is our shield.
We're going to just assume that killing these bases is going to win. Yeah, StarCraft 2 wasn't afraid to give you units, or missions, excuse me, that were just, here, have some fun.
What is your order?
Hyper beam moments, to use my own terminology.
For the Imperium.
Fear denies
Walk
faith.
softly and carry a big gun.
Ever vigilant.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
At your
Let's go
command.
up, let's go
My
up.
faith is my shield.
So there's the Thor mission in Wings of Liberty 2, which is actually 3 separate missions. But there are several like that. Including the aforementioned Battlecruiser mission.
The enemy must be nearby.
Awaiting orders.
The Emperor...
It's also probably worth noting that Wings of Liberty follows through on the Brood War mentality of just being balls hard as a design philosophy. Like, they were very deliberately
Taking heavy fire.
trying to be very mean with Wings of Liberty. Most people, myself included, agree that Wings of Liberty Brutal is by far the hardest of the 3 brutal campaigns.
Heresy grows from idleness. Taking heavy fire.
Yeah, there is legitimately no shame in cranking the diff down at Wings of Liberty. That campaign can be mean. I've only beaten Wings of Liberty on Brutal once, ever.
And carry a big gun.
I could probably do it better now, because I've actually done more work at getting better at RTSs in general, and that game in specific. But at the time, yeah, it ain't happening. Okay, so a bunch of buildings are dead. Okay. Over here.
We are the
What
Emperor's
would you
chosen.
have me do?
Yes, my lord. Heresy grows
Walk
from
softly
idleness.
and carry a big gun. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Fear denies faith.
You know that, where is it? Yeah, we're getting artillery shells from something. I can't even see what's doing it. Oh, there it is.
Awaiting orders.
A million miles away.
This day shall be a glorious one.
Another path.
We stand ready.
The Emperor protects.
Under fire. We are the Emperor's
Today
chosen.
the enemy shall know fear.
Yes, my lord.
Suppose I could talk out a little bit of what I'm doing. I did, per Takota's suggestion, split up my mobiles and my setups into 2 separate control groups.
Heretic.
Usually I'll have the mobiles just kind of move in and, you know, do whatever they can. And I'll have the setups specifically directly target the furthest away enemy so that they then set up in a range of the entire enemy structure group. So they can hit everything without having to move
We
again.
are the Emperor's
I
chosen.
don't know if the AI is smart enough to do that, but that is the intent.
Faith is our shield. Moving out.
So I can just move the mobile group in, and we'll have the ranged group go ahead and target that guy in the middle there, because we want to get some of these log towers down quickly. And they're gone. And there we go, we're done.
Knock it off, all of yous. We's moving out. We's not gonna stay and fight. I's the biggest orc here, which means I's the leader of yous lousy bunch of gits. We've been waiting to fight these Marine boys, and we's gonna stomp them butt good. To do that, we need the strength of all the boys, not a small, weak mob of rats like yous boys. Use your skull for something besides thumping. We's orcs, and we's were made for fighting and winning. Sure thing. You're the boss. We's gonna go get Big Boss Orc among us. He got something special planned for these humies.
I love the nose on the Gretchens.
The defense of the city of Magna Bonum was a success. The orcs caught us off our guard, but not unprepared. I will not underestimate these aliens again. It is clear now that their primary push was towards the capital city, and they have moved in to attack with a speed I have rarely seen a military force capable of achieving. I have read reports of orc clans who focus on fast strikes, but I did not realize they could be so coordinated. It is as if something is driving the orcs here, some unknown desire or instinct. The Imperial Guard regiments watching over the city are decimated and will not be resupplied for at least 24 hours. The orcs will renew their attacks far sooner. Our scouts are reporting a force massing 50 kilometers from the city that dwarfs the group that attacked Magna Bonum. And reports from civilians speak of a mighty orc who leads them. Bigger and more cunning than the rest. If the capital city falls, this planet will not be far behind. I cannot allow this to occur.
Well, okay. There's a lot of orcs. Like, there's just an increasing amount of orcs here. Wog. Food, Mr. Red. Was I the only one who, like, never really leaned into Orc vehicles in Dark Crusade? It's all about the infantry army.
Everything is ready, boss. Them Humies is in for a good stomping. This is gonna be the best fight of their miserable lives.
Just make sure it's the last fight of their lives.
I don't take orders from you, Humie.
We've held up our side of the bargain, have we not? You wanted a new planet to wage war on. We have given it to you. You wanted to face the Imperium's greatest warriors, the Space Marines. They are here. We've even provided you with weapons and Imperial tanks to use on the battlefield. And all we ask in return is that you keep the Imperials distracted from our operations here.
You've kept your word, but that still don't mean you can order the Orcs around.
My apologies. We've delivered the last of the weaponry. They're in the hands of your servants. We'll take our leave now. I respectfully request that you keep the Marines busy for as long as you can.
We'll keep them more than busy. We'll keep them dead.
Listen, Gorguts is the best Orc. Changed my mind.
The thought of kowtowing to these creatures disgusts me. The Orcs are a tool, nothing more. And quite an effective one, I might add. Perhaps. But I dislike providing such unpredictable aliens with our own weaponry. Lord Bale, Orcs are not unpredictable. Quite the contrary. You can rely on them to turn against you. But they will honor our agreement as long as we provide them with enemies to satiate their battle lust. If we intimidated them into doing our bidding, showed them our strength, they would take pause before betraying us. You cannot intimidate something that knows no fear. Trouble yourself no longer with the Orcs. We will have what we came for and be gone before they finish with the Imperials and turn on us.
Why is we talking with them Humies instead of fighting with them? Them smelly Chaos boys is weak. Not nearly enough of a challenge for the boys. If they were strong like Orcs, they wouldn't need us to fight for them. We'll take their guns and their help, and when we're done chopping up all the Humies, we'll come back here and chop them up as well.
Orbital imagery shows a heavy concentration of Orcs in the area. We must secure a location and establish a base before destroying the War Boss and his clan. Combine the holy fire of the Whirlwinds with the jump packs of our assault marines. Cleanse this area.
That was a long cutscene. That's not a complaint. I was just... Wow. Okay. Pause. I will be right back. Okay. Do we have a save? We do. Okay, so we have a save, so we're going to risk a crash here. We can write down some notes. Hang on. Wow, I only held tab for a few seconds that time. All right, well, it's already crashed. Oop. Huh. Huh. Okay. I hope the future ones aren't like that. You know what? Hey, let's do a test really quick, while we're sitting here, while I'm jotting down some stuff here. No, Django, it's the same EXE, but you might hear something else in a second. If it ever finishes firing up. Hang on. Hang on. Give me one moment here. Or get all my little bits in the right place. Sorry. That's not right. Hang on now, hang on. Give me one more minute here. For this one. There we go. Safest place to live in Warhammer. I mean, from what I hear, the cities are fine. Just don't live in a Forge world.
Sega.
Cadia. I mean... Okay, I can't skip this, apparently. Still can't skip any of this. Still can't skip any of this. Game?
Finish this!
Noise warning.
High ground! We'll gain the advantage! Continue the assault. Reinforcements are coming. The monolith! We destroy that and this is over! Charge!
Orkian Gaia. Ha! Okay, so. Hang on. I finally... this really quick.
The planet.
So obviously we're gonna play the best. We also play the Tau. The boring. The awesome. The... No, they're awesome too. The terrible. And the surprisingly amusing. But no, we're gonna play the awesome. Okay, so we're gonna just be like, let's attack here.
Welcome to the single-player campaign for Dawn of this project. This screen provides you with a snapshot of...
Oh my god, back.
These arrows show...
Oh my god, attack!
This screen shows you...
Attack! I don't care, attack! Okay. Yes, we're skipping Winter Assault, and we're never playing anything else. We're also skipping Vanilla. We're skipping everything. No, we're just doing a quick tech test.
Let me at him.
We're only at Woo right now. We're not at Woo yet.
Do some crushing.
Just kind of scooch forward here. Let's just be really, really dumb here. I already like the interface better. Little details, but I think it looks a little bit better. Maybe it's just because it's bulky. But it's a little bit easier to distinguish. Might be just the map, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Where's my Gretchen?
Hello? Who's there?
None of your business! Give me a walk banner!
We'll do it.
So that's the building animation for the orcs. That's probably what it is, Jargo. Yeah, it's probably just the space movie. I am Zakteft, yes. That's the idea. I think it's the mini-map. In case you missed that, let's show off a little bit more what an orc building builds like.
Build it right up for you.
In case you're missing that, they just drop a pile of junk with which the Gretchen then, you know, move into something worthwhile.
Orcs is meant for fighting and winning.
Yeah, then they imagine it to work.
Boys is weak. I have the power of Gork and Mork.
Hi, I'm Golguts. I can do that. Oh yeah, I should show that off. Hey, I should show that off really quick.
Ready for stomping?
And where's their base? Where's their base?
My word, they do some crushing.
Yeah. You. What's the cheapest thing? Looks like these. Okay. Oh, I can't build this.
We're under attack!
Time to build stuff.
Damn it. That's all we had for, but whatever.
I want to get stuck in with the boys.
But now, as much as this is fun, what we're testing is if it's crash happy. So we're just going to Alt-Tab for a few seconds while I jot down some notes. Nuance to the characterization of the orcs, or the orcs, because the orcs don't exist in this setting. We got to be clear, because there's orcs, then there's orcs. Today's properly stuck in. Hello, Wolf Jest. Yeah, it's orcs. You gotta say it right, orcs. What I love is that when my niece says orcs, because she's watched me play some of these games, and she loves talking about the orcs. She loves saying it that way. Which is probably because, you know, I also love saying it that way. Ooh, Mario plus Rabbids is half off right now. I might have to pick that up, finally. Oh, it's so adorable, Tali. You have no idea. What's the difference? Well, there's orcs. Orcs are a common feature in a lot of settings. They're in Warcraft. They're in Lord of the Rings. You know, they're in Forgotten Realms. Orcs are, you know, there's not really a lot of standardization to orcs. There's a lot of different types of orcs. They're in Arcanum, you know, Arcanum. Then there's the orcs. The orcs are Grain, and Grain is best. Any questions? Oh, tell me about it, Shadow Machine, because we're going to play the orcs! Yeah, they're English football hooligans, and it's kind of awesome. All right, so... Damn! I was really hoping, because it's a completely separate exe file. But as you can see, it has also crashed. Damn. That sucks. No, Lunarith. That really sucks. While we're here. Probably can't skip this. Noise warning. Probably. I actually have beaten it, Shadow Machine. It was our last 4-player game. We just went through it last week. We are playing the Steam versions, yes. I don't even have a profile yet. The Orc Runner. Orc Runner. Okay. You like women on fire, right? I don't need a tutorial, thank you. I actually looked briefly earlier for a community patch and didn't find one.
It was the
Not that I'm saying there isn't one, I didn't find one. Where's the worst faction in the game? There they are. Could you stop so I can see what I'm doing? Oh god, that menu is so much worse. Alright, trying to think what I'm looking at here. Yeah, I found a couple of total conversion patches, which obviously doesn't help us. I was just looking for a stability
Welcome
patch.
to the single player. The icon.
Yep. That's cool. That's cool. Everything's cool.
These arrows, by playing the Dark Elf. This screen show.
Well, I don't think the orcs are particularly stupid. But they're proper English, so, you know, that's part of it.
Where? I didn't Where? I will do it.
Ignore the tortured slave there. And then we'll all tab for a minute while we jot down some notes. That... Okay. That is what it is. I'm just gonna give that 3 negatives and move on. That's just... We're just gonna call that triple negative. We're just gonna move on from it. We just need to be careful about alt tabbing, which I have been doing. It's just... Yeah. I could try to launch without Steam. Nope. Yep, it's already crashed. Took seconds too. Jesus. Alright, so hang on. Let's go back to vanilla here.
Sega.
Okay.
We stand ready.
Whirlwind artillery tank here. His wrath falls from the heavens.
Why are they not doing it?
Tagging heads.
Attack.
Preparing whirlwind missile battery to fire.
What are you doing? Attack! What are they doing? But they weren't charging up. They started and then quit, and then started and then quit. And now they're just... I don't know what the hell they're doing.
They will never see it coming.
Like, now they're doing that again. See? Charge, nope. Charge, nope. Charge, nope. Charge, nope. What,
Whirlwind here. Preparing whirlwind missile battery to fire.
This is with me not attacking ground, by the way.
Whirlwind here.
Well, we already tried attacking ground. That didn't do anything.
They will never see it coming.
Okay, that one worked because I attacked ground the target. Which apparently was what it wanted me to do.
Whirlwind here.
What are you doing here?
Triangulating attack coordinates.
Nope. Why did it work for that one and not that one?
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
I'm extremely confused by this. Let's try something very far away. Nope. Can't do the far away thing, too. So it's not distance. He's stacking way over here. Okay.
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
As we're getting nibbled to death by cats.
Heresy grows from idleness.
Let's just stop screwing around with these things and never use the whirlwind tank for the entire rest of the game. That's our solution. We're never using that tank again.
Taking heavy fire.
Correct, Shadow Machine.
Commencing attack.
So now I've got some freaking melees. And we're getting shredded up here because the tanks can't support us.
His wrath falls from the heavens.
Faith is our shield. Regrouping. Orders received. Fall back! Merge! Kill!
Could you stop shooting our own people, please?
Onward!
I know, Django. They won't stop! Stop shooting me! Me?
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Are we done? Are you gonna go back to shooting me again? Oh my god! Win it! Get out of here! Oh my god! They're just... My artillery's like... Oh my
Whirlwind here.
Alright, yeah, let's go back to... there we go. Ceasefire, ceasefire. Just stand there! Okay. Okay. They're not... They stopped. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ever vigilant.
We got you, boss! I hear screaming, so we're probably hitting something. Notice that we have the no music problem again, too, by the way. And we're having trouble killing the enemy. In fact, we're falling behind. We are not killing them quickly enough for how fast they're spawning. Yep. Okay, this is...
Protocol 23. Fall back and regroup!
And they're dead.
Heresy grows from idleness. Taking damage. Jump back. Commencing attack.
Gonna focus fire a little bit more this time. The artillery did get to hit something. They had a much better day than they otherwise would have. Oh my god, they're doing so... Oh god! The Gretchen are repairing faster than we could kill. Okay, back to killing. We got this. It's okay. We're taking losses so fast. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I didn't even try to use the whirlwinds. I guess I could try. Hang on. All right, everybody. Okay, they're not attacking us. That's a marked improvement.
Whirlwind here.
Nope, they attacked us. Never mind. That was like directly aiming for us there. Look at that! Look at it's just
Returning taking hits. To the rally point. Our faith holds us. Fall back!
Whirlwind here.
I mean, they're doing their job now. So, whatever bug was preventing them from firing earlier is clearly fixed. I like how the Orcs are like, hang on, we gotta bundle back up where we were before. Oh, they got us again. Okay, everyone. Bundle back up again. Bundle back up. Ah, they got us. I'm just displacing dirt, don't mind me.
Triangulating attack coordinates.
Yeah, we're gonna catch this shell as it's coming in.
Falls from the heavens.
This has been a buggy experience, Tim. The whole game, not just this. Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh. Let's get stuck in.
Fear denies faith.
At some point. Just give it a minute. Almost there. Put him up. Okay.
Our scouts report the war boss is in the vicinity of this location. It seems a second Orc clan has gathered between us. They are heavily defended on this plateau. They must be eliminated to clear a path to the war boss.
I stand ready.
Hey, we finally have a melee unit we can attach these heroes to.
Do I detect uncertainty in your
He who
purpose?
stands with me shall be my brother. We are united
Heresy
in
grows
his
silence.
service.
Okay.
Awaiting orders.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Here to serve.
Just amused. That's like I finally have
I await your
a melee I can attach them to, and I can't attach them to it. That's just.
What's your order?
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Fear denies faith. What's your order? Weapons at ready. It is time. Strategic point identified.
Yes, most beneficent one? Yes, Lord.
Assault Marines are now available to us.
Consolidating
They can be
position.
built from the chapel barracks.
I am.
Do as you ask.
For whatever it's worth. Which is probably nothing.
Fear not the Psyker.
Position secure.
This came out in 2006 or 4. I was getting conflicting information earlier.
Here to serve. I will do as you ask.
2004 is what I hear people saying now. So hopefully they're correct. And not lying to me like they were last time. I mean, they would never lie to me.
I exist to serve. Initializing build protocol.
That's right. You wouldn't be one of chaos, would you?
Fear our wrath.
Yeah, Storm Boys. I never got a lot of use out of those myself, except when I really felt like blitzing. In which case, they're rather fun. As usual, green is best.
Here to serve.
Where's the other one?
Here to serve.
Let's get some basics going.
I will do as you ask.
Some speed bumps here. There's a lot of RTSs, especially older RTSs, which would treat turrets as speed bumps. Which is appropriate because there's some real-life history where that was true, too. Your defensive fortification isn't there to stop the enemy force, it's there to slow them down so that your actual defensive force, which is a mobile unit, can catch up and deal with them. Admittedly, that irritates me slightly, but I got used to that. That was an old thing. Oh, right.
Yes, Lord.
I'll do that in a second.
With all due haste.
Taking heavy fire.
Hello, Alex. I'm so sorry. Why would you do this to yourself?
Moving out.
Why would you do this to yourself, Shadow Machine? And by Shadow Machine, I mean Alex. Oh, I said Shadow. Oh, because Shadow Machine was just talking. Do we have an armory going? We do.
Yes, Lord.
Either way, thank you, Alex. I strongly recommend getting a bunch of carrots for after you eat it. I'm not joking. Take my advice. You're gonna appreciate it in about 8 hours. Now, here's the deal. If I alt-tab, it's gonna crash the game. So, do I have a mod on other than Django? Because I know Django hates my guts and would never actually help me with this. That's exactly right, Django. As it should be. Or wait. I need someone to help me write down donations while I'm hesitant to alt-tab. I guess I can put them on my phone. That's going to be a colossal pain. Hang on. Okay, so Alex. And that's a tier 2 sub. So that's, Shadows. Thomas Was Alone got funded, by the way. So you can't put it towards that. So you gotta pick another one.
Enemy is attacking.
I actually don't have any paper right now. I thought about that earlier.
Engaging the enemy.
Yes, Lord.
So
I will do as you ask.
this is a Steam copy specifically.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Pathwalker? Which one's Pathwalker? Oh, you mean Patchwalker, right? Or do you mean Pathfinder? Because we have both of those. Okay, Patchwalker. Making sure we have some semi-similar games. I just want to be sure. Okay, Patchwalker. Thank you, Alex. Very much. Always appreciate. What do I think of the music of this game? So, please don't hate me, Sign of the Emperor, but I think the music of this game is awesome. But what I dislike about it is they have this really big problem that we've had so far. Well, I know, Dragon Center. We've had this problem where they just keep playing the same damn tracks over and over. And it's like, I know you have excellent music in this game. We've already heard bits and pieces of it. Can we listen to that, please? Please? No? Okay, okay.
With all due haste.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Thank you, Ojunix. Now I gotta... My fault.
The machine cult is ready to be requisitioned. Build it to gain access to vehicles.
I hate typing on a phone so damn much. So we've got Persona 4 P4 Golden. And then the RE block. And Grim Fandango. Is that even on the list anymore? That's been a dead game for a while. Why the carrots? There's a reason you'll appreciate it in 8 hours, Alex. This is speaking from experience. Okay, if it's still on the list, then I believe you. No, you're fine, Ujunix. I wasn't sure if it was a dead game or not. Dead fruit game.
Here to serve.
Alright, so that's done, that's done. Let's get the machine cult going.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Fear
let's see, I don't feel like dealing with you, so we're just going to attach you to...
Direct us.
Nobody, right, because we can't do that, so we'll attach you to them. We'll attach you to the other group.
And carry a big gun.
You guys are all melees, so all you need to do is get a Sargi. And our melee group here.
Taking hits.
Just be our mobile force right now. As for you guys, let's make you our static group. So I want you to that first of all. Get that going. There we go.
Yes, my lord.
Oh yeah, I remember those. God.
Yes, Lord. Yes, most beneficent one.
There's a lot of things to reduce the heat when you're eating it. That's not why I suggested the carrots. Personally, chocolate or just any kind of candy tends to work much better for me.
It's the first step
when actually eating it.
Whirlwinds and their long-range artillery are being made available. Build them from the machine cult.
Or we can make dreadnoughts. Dreadnought, actually. That's gonna be expensive as hell. We need more freaking generators, don't we? Let's get some generators going.
I will be yes, most beneficent one.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Okay, so you're our establisher group, so let's get some heavy bolters on you, and some missile launchers on you. See, I like to distinguish between spice and heat, Yura, to describe that. Because heat, I don't enjoy. Heat is just, hey, it's spicy, and there's no flavor, right? So that's whatever. No, I know Shadow Machine, I just didn't need it, because I had the 2 people anyways, right?
Yes, Lord. I shall obey.
Awaiting orders.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Reese's are pretty good because you got peanut butter, sugary peanut butter no less, and you have the sweet chocolate as well.
At once, I can
see. If you can get Reese's, that should help too, Alex.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. I stand ready.
I get it. You got Storm Boys. Jeez.
Objective acquired. Awaiting orders.
I don't even know what that is, Nitro. I mean, I know what that is vaguely. I can infer what that is, but I don't know what that is in specific. So that's probably my answer to you.
Heresy grows from
Hope
idleness.
is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Here to serve. Yes, Lord? As you wish, most beneficent one.
Securing objective.
I exist
An
to
open
serve.
mind is like a
Ever
fortress
vigilant.
with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Moving out.
Hope is the first step on
Yes,
the road to
most
disappointment.
beneficent one. I will
Defense is going.
The immortal.
You, I want you to go the long way around. You, I want you to go y'all. To reinforce while you're at it.
Fire. Yes, my lord.
That's what we need to do. Huh.
To the skies.
Well, since that's probably impossible, and it sounds like an optional game mode,
That's
that
the first step on the
the
road.
most likely thing we'd end up doing there is saying, hey, this mode exists, and then we wouldn't actually play it. I mean, that would be like doing the tutorial on one of these games. We can't do
Mind
that.
over matter.
Yes, my lord. Objective log.
I await your instructions.
Milk and bread. Never worked for me, but whatever works for you.
I will do
I just want you all to know, we're never going to see Alex again. Like, he's dead. Favorite faction in 40k? Well, okay. So, I actually have several answers to that. First and foremost, the Orcs! But the Orcs are just fun. They're like the Skaven for almost the exact same reason, which is one of my favorite races to play as over in Warhammer Fantasy. Because, yeah, the Orcs are just fun, right? Like, they're great. But there's not a lot to them,
Defending objective.
which is the downside. If I had to pick a race that I find most interesting, that's a little bit trickier.
There is no such thing as
I will admit, I'm one of those weird people who actually rather enjoys the Tau.
Activating jump out.
I kind of wish we had more of the Tau, honestly, because there's a lot of cool things that they can do that they kind of haven't with the Tau.
Stay
Fear not
vigilant,
the
brothers.
sight. I stand ready.
That's
Under
some
fire.
range.
Awaiting orders. Maintain attack formation. We are the Emperor's chosen.
After the Tau,
Maintain attack formation.
I mean,
Fortress with
my next pick is really, really obvious. It's the Adeptus Mechanicus. I mean, duh, right? And after that, probably the new Krons and the old Krons. As I've mentioned before, I actually like both. Because I'm a
Fear
weirdo.
denies
knowledge
faith.
is power. Hide it well.
Yes, Lord?
Oh, okay, we'll get back to that. How does this stack up to the other RTSs of this time?
Obey.
I mean, Warcraft 3 stomps this into the ground at the moment, but the game I keep mentally comparing this to is StarCraft 1,
At your command.
because
My knowledge
in
is
terms of overall style and design, this feels more like
At
StarCraft
your
1
command.
than it does.
Feel my
Warcraft 3.
wrath is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Weapons at ready.
Having said that, I'm trying not to be too judgmental because we're,
On
you
the
know,
road to disappointment.
pretty early on in the overall campaign. We just keep running into issues and bugs and backtracking.
Denies faith.
Venerate the immortal
Bugs.
emperor.
Just bugs. Oh my god, there's just bugs everywhere.
Fear denies
My
faith.
knowledge is at your disposal.
Yeah, I actually remember. So when I sat down to play as the Tau in Dark Crusade for the first time, I was actually really excited. I mean, they're robots, they're mechs, and they're artillery focused. That just sounds like my bag,
With its
right?
gates unbarred and unguarded.
I love playing a proper ranged, artillery focused or really long ranged focused faction. It's one of the reasons I enjoyed playing as the dwarves back in Warhammer 2. Excuse me, Total War Warhammer 2. And then I played as the Tau, and I was like, this sucks! I just wasn't getting into it at all. We'll talk about it when we get there, of course, but it's just...
The immortal emperor.
What in the crap?
Ever vigilant.
Do I think a Warhammer 40k game in Total War style would work? Yeah!
Yes.
I'm sure I'm not the only person who's actually wanted that. I'm not even a big fan of 40k, and I still totally want that. But yeah, no. The actual faction that I enjoy playing as the most, in terms of pure gameplay in Dark Crusade, was the Guard. I mean, the Orcs are fun, and, there's other fun stuff there. The Necrons are death machines, but the guard gelled with me the most.
With all due haste.
Now, I don't know if that would be true in the tabletop or not.
Knowledge is power.
Yes, my lord. Taking hits.
I also like the guard narratively, so that works out too.
At your command.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Yeah, exactly. Hands up in chat, and I mean this sincerely. How many of you would enjoy a Total War 40k game? Total Warhammer 40k. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
Awaiting orders.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred.
Oops, wrong button.
Guarded. Do I detect uncertainty in your purpose?
We are the
Don't listen to Django. He hates video games that came out after 2007.
We are the Emperor.
You can't play as Dark Eldar. We're ejecting the Dark Eldar from existence. They're too gross. But you can totally play as the Eldar.
Yes, my lord.
We here at the Lord Runners are totally cool with Eldar players.
Ever vigilant.
Unless your name is Django. But as we already said, he doesn't count because he only plays older games.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Why no Dark Eldar? Do you know the Dark Eldar? And you're disagreeing with me? Or do you not know the Dark Eldar and you're asking out of ignorance? Because...
Feel my wrath.
The Dark Eldar are gross. I don't mean like they use spiders or anything. They're gross. They are too gross. They go over... They go too far. They go way, way too far over the line. To the point of unacceptability. For me. I'm probably one of the only people who has that problem. Are you coming?
Heresy grows relentless.
I mean, if I had my way, I'd get rid of Chaos too, but I'm pretty sure people would actually revolt if I got rid of Chaos.
Charge!
Fear denies faith.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Yeah, believe it or not, no, Loner. I'm not into the idea. It's weird. I know.
We will establish a forward base at this location to facilitate.
Okay, that was strange.
Thermoplasma generators are available. They will provide us greater access to power.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred.
I don't mean removing Chaos from the setting, although that'd be kind of cool. But no, I mean like removing it from the gameplay. Like just remove the Chaos Marines from Total War 40k, and okay, we're good. We're good.
Knowledge is power.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Here to serve. Initializing build protocol.
Yeah, the Dark Eldar don't... But this is why I'm not in charge of 40k, and I don't even want to be. It's also why 40k rewrite is completely off the board. Like, nobody wants me to do a rewrite for a setting I barely know that I also happen to not enjoy that much.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Strategic point identified. Yes, my lord.
Yeah, picture the Reavers, but, like, somehow more gross because they're not animals. I mean, at that point, I'm just making a Warhammer 40k story, not a rewrite or anything else for that matter. Let's go ahead and get a... Yep, there we go.
With all due haste.
Legacy of Kain.
What is your order?
An open mind.
Well, first of all, we'd have to come up with an ending.
Gates unbarred and unguarded.
But second of all, we'd also have to save the game. Make this the crash save. Because it is lunchtime. And that means we're going to alt-tab, and that means the game's gonna crash.